Our phone computer's gone a little screwy. Is Leroy there on
still
the
there
phones?
on the top way, on line 7, Roy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No, line 1.
On line 1, good. Hi, Leroy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. You have a comment, Leroy?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, very well.
Perfectly.
Quite well, yep.
Great. So, good afternoon, persons. I'm glad to be listening to the show.
Thank you.
I just want to say, as an African American, being that I am educated, have put myself through school, and you could obviously hear that I don't engage in, let's say, urban colloquialisms when I speak.
You think that's made a difference in your career, Leroy?
It's made a huge difference in my career.
Yeah.
And a lot of the difference also comes from engaging in ass play and listening to the Don and Mike show.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, good. That's great. You really acquitted yourself, Leroy, and how proud you must be. Too bad, Leroy, you just sounded so smart and ended up being so stupid.
Hi, Don and Mike. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi. Welcome to our show.
Hey, Don and Mike. What you don't know could fill a book.
It's the Don and Mike Show, and they'll say what they wish.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Get them out of here.
Don't get mad at them. They brought the good weather.
They did not.
You can't blame them for the bad weather then when it's good. Not to give them credit.
I blame them for a lot more.
A true story. He was a neo-Nazi with one true enemy. Himself. A man of faith. A man of hate. And a soul torn apart. Viewer discretion advised.
Say what you will about those boys, but they love hanging around here. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Emmy Award and all the ships at sea. Hey, they are old and pathetic.
Yeah.
Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Thank you, Robbie, and hi, and thank you for listening, everybody.
This is the Don and Mike Show, a new episode on this Tuesday, June Kennard. Phone number from America, toll free, 877-365-3636. If you're listening to us in Canada, Rob is booing. That number is 800-636-1067. In Washington, D.C., our home market. Your special number, 202-432-1067.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
Hi there, Buzz. And let me see. When we do the end, then I got to do the thing that says shut up.
Shut up!
There we go. And then it's
Is anyone listening?
all right, Addy.
Hey, what happened?
And then we end with...
Someone called for a doctor?
And there you go. And it's on the air. Show's on the air. Hi, everybody.
We're here.
We're queer.
We're not going skiing.
And welcome. Hi. This is the place right here.
A happy place.
We're looking at this place. This is
It's a fun place.
clean and shiny and
Decent.
and toss my salad. So that's it. We're straight.
We straight. Sometimes I like syrup. Sometimes I like jelly.
This is a funny place to work.
Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to the show. Well, let's see. Very funny place. Let's see. What didn't we get to yesterday? So many things we didn't get to yesterday that we are going to get to today. Anybody listening to us in Ocean City, Maryland? Love it. America's finest resort. Anybody there that might have a tape recorder that might have taped the cable access? Remember we were goofing on that guy, the Stallion?
Yeah, the Stallion.
The Stallion.
The Stallion.
Well, I forgot to mention yesterday that when I was in Ocean City over the weekend on his cable access show, he fires back a few retorts at us.
Ooh. Very good. Well, that's his prerogative.
Yeah,
that's good. I enjoy that.
It's actually funny.
Good.
It's really funny. So if anybody's got a tape of that, call in and...
The Stallion takes on Don and Mike.
And if not, I think it runs every half hour, so maybe somebody can call in and just put the phone down by the TV set. My son is in Ocean City this week for senior week, and my wife is going out of her mind because I'm not there to corral and supervise all of the youngsters.
Right.
And last night I was drawn into it when I left work and I'm on my way home, and the phone starts ringing, the cell phone starts ringing, and it's, Dad, Mom won't listen to me. Dad, Mom won't, you said it was okay, Dad, and Mom won't listen to me. I'm like, I don't get it. What did I say was okay that Mom's not getting? And then, well, it's a tattoo that the boy wants another tattoo, and I believe that
he has one already.
He has one. We got them together a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's right.
I got the Batman on my shoulder, and he got in Chinese letters family on his ankle.
Right.
And he and I were having a discussion a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I'm thinking about getting another tattoo. And I believe what I said to him was, well, you're 18. You were about to, this was before, but now he has graduated high school. He's been accepted to college.
I saw your little Clemson thing on your car. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, I've had it. That's been there for a long time.
The one on the passenger window?
Yeah.
I mean, on the driver window?
Yeah, long time.
Very cool, though.
Long time.
Very cool. I mean, but now, it's official, sort of.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm proud of him. He's a good kid. And I said, I can't stop you. I'll just tell you that, I was 42 when I got my tattoo, and mine's a dumb one. It's, the Batman bat, but I like Batman, and it's up on my shoulder, and there it is, Mike. It's hidden. You only see it, like, if I have my shirt off, and I'm not ashamed of it, but... maybe it'll come a time when I go, why the hell did I do that? But
when you're 90,
I'll live with it. Well, when I'm 90, I'll be dead, so who cares?
You never know. I don't think you. I think you got that thing going.
I'll live with the consequences. I said to him, I think
you're going to look exactly like you look right now when you're 90.
God, that's either a very nice compliment or a testament to the way I'm looking now.
No, if you look like this at 90, it would be incredible.
So,
it'd be a phenomenon.
I say to him, I said, it's your decision. I don't think you should get another tattoo yet. They're a little addictive. I remember when we both got them a couple of years ago that we immediately wanted to go out and get another one. But it's your decision. I was, trying to put the thing in his hand, saying, basically saying no, but realizing at the same time that I have no power to say no. That, whether he does it
because I can't.
Whether he does it at senior week or if he does it the first week he goes to college, I got no control over it. So
what did he want to get and where?
Well, here's what he called with. Last night he said, I'm at the tattoo parlor. This is the call I get. After I got through all the stuff with, but Dad, you said I could, and it's my, and Mom says not to, and I want to do it, and I'm 18, and I whoa, slow down. What are you talking about? And then he said, I'm at the tattoo parlor now. They've already started to swab down my arm.
Oh, dear.
And I said, whoa, now listen, hold on. It is your decision, and I cannot stop you, but I can offer some advice. Tell me what you're thinking about.
What was he thinking about?
He is thinking about, and as it turns out, he's decided to wait a day to make the decision.
Okay.
He didn't rush into it last night. I gotta say, he is a boy after my own heart. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. His first choice was the NFL logo.
Okay.
That NFL thing on his bicep. And I said, as much as I love football and you love football, I think that's something that as you get older, you'll probably feel like an idiot for having the NFL logo on your arm.
Big time.
I said, I've loved Batman since I was a little kid, and I've still got all this Batman stuff in my house, and it's kind of like my...
Well, you get to be your age, and you know what, you've had your passions for a very long time.
It's my thing, and I'm not ashamed of it.
When you're 18, your passions are, in 20 years, he might not even know what the NFL is.
So then his other choice was an L to indicate his high school, Landon, which would be nice. But again, I said...
Mistake.
I said, you're talking about high school. Don't know. Maybe when you get out of college, maybe you'll want something in college. And then he said that he wanted a bear because the high school team, the lacrosse team, the Landon Bears. And I said, I think that's... Again, anything that has to do with high school
right now in his life is foolish. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's probably going to be a mistake. So then I said, I tell you what, because this is kind of how things work in our house now. I said, I'll call Mom, and I'll settle Mom down, and you just think about it.
Do you have any other options other than the 3?
No, well, I guess that's what he was thinking last night. He was there with his gal pal, and I said, I can't stop you, but I'll tell you, I don't think either one of those 3 choices are really great. If you want to get another tattoo, think about it, and think about where you're going to put it, and if you're going to get something like the NFL logo, for God's sakes, put it on your ankle, boy. Put it on your ankle where you can put on a pair of socks, for God's sakes.
Yeah, Where does he have the family Chinese character?
That is on his left inside ankle.
Left inside ankle.
So I then hung up the phone with him and called her, and she said, "Oh, my God, he's getting a tattoo." And I said, "No, he's not." And he said, "You said he could." I said, "No, now listen, I didn't say."
He said that you said that you said that he said.
I said I didn't say that he could. I said.
I say.
And I said, and I believe realistically we can't stop him. That he's 18, whether he does it now during senior week at the beach, or whether he does it sometime before he goes to college, or when he goes to college, if he wants to do it, he's going to do it. Oh, would this be the phone already? Hello?
Yo, Dad.
Yo, turn your radio down, please, cuz.
The radio's off.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
Hey, cuz.
First off, my tattoo's not on my left inside ankle.
It's on the...
Right outside ankle.
Well, I was close. Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
Hey, aren't we going to call each other bro and cuz like Fast and Furious?
No, that joke ran its course. I'm sorry.
Moved on.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, what do you need to say here?
I'm just saying, I was never going for the bicep.
Where, the shoulder?
The shoulder blade.
The shoulder blade.
The shoulder blade.
Yeah, an even worse choice. But anyway, like I was explaining on the radio, it's ultimately your choice.
Right, it is.
Yeah, listen, you're arguing with the wrong person here.
I'm not arguing. I said right, it is.
Have you? So you took some time to think it over?
Yeah.
And you thought it over. Where does it stand right now?
I'm not sure. I'm not even in Ocean City.
Well, he had to come back for something with his girlfriend, but then he's going to go back to Ocean City and give it some more thought.
Oh,
yeah,
that's prudent.
That's my guy. See, that's the guy I'm proud of. The guy that didn't just jump right into the deep end last night. Even though last night when he called me, his arm was being swabbed as we spoke.
All right, would you feel better if I got something on my ass?
Do you have any other options besides the L and the NFL logo?
Really, it's not my choice, Barty. I mean, you're asking the wrong person. That it's your body, and I can't tell you what to do with it. I can give you advice, and I can say if you're going to get something like an L for Landon, and I think looking back in retrospect, I know that you're really fond of all of your classmates, but you don't have really great memories about that school, do you?
No, I don't really like the school. That's why I wasn't going for the L. I was going for the bear.
But it's still a high school logo, and I think.
But it's still you can still pass it off as just a bear.
Any bear.
Just a bear.
Yeah, that's true too. That's a good point.
Well, your ass is probably the safest spot, I would think, because if you.
I don't think I want to get it there. What's wrong with the shoulder?
I think the shoulder's good. The shoulder blade is the tattoo location of the redneck. It doesn't show there, even in an undershirt. That's the good thing about it.
I think the upper bicep is the place of the redneck.
Well, listen, let me ask you, what does Lauren think about it?
She said if I get the NFL thing, I'm not ever allowed to take off my shirt.
See, this is why this having a girlfriend is a good thing, because it was months and months.
Well, having the right kind of girlfriend.
She thinks I should get a butterfly.
It was well, there you go. Hey,
the debut.
It was months and months of us harping at him to get a haircut, and he wouldn't do it. And then finally, hey, Bart, congratulations, and I can now play this tape for the first time about your girlfriend.
Oh, it's so true.
Oh, wow. It's so true.
But listen, I like my son's girlfriend. She's a sweet girl, and what I like best about her is that they went through a period of time where she said, until you clean yourself up, until you get a haircut, I'm not going to see you anymore. And it was almost a battle of the wills for a while where he went a week or so without seeing her, and then finally he got a haircut. And then at one point we had been saying to him, aren't you ever going to wear anything besides sweats? Like, why don't you buy a pair of khakis or something? We'll even buy them for you.
Right.
And it wasn't until his girlfriend said something like, I wish you'd dress a little nicer.
Right.
That he went out and got some, at least passable clothes.
That'll do it.
So I think Lauren is a good influence, and I think if you decide to do this tattoo, you should take Lauren with you.
Well, she was with me last night.
Well, make sure she's there tomorrow or whenever it is that you go back to get it done.
Yeah, but no matter what she says how it's going to come out.
Well, no, that's not.
Go ahead and play the tape. That's all I'm going to hear.
Oh, you mean?
He likes that. What man doesn't? Already.
Now, does Lauren know that I'm playing that tape?
Now she does because I'm out of the car.
You're out of the car. Oh, so she's driving. She's in the car.
Yeah, we only took one car back.
I want her to know then, if she's listening right now, that Bart requested that tape, honey. That wasn't me.
Not the first time.
That was totally Bart requesting.
The first time.
Bart requested that tape.
Hey,
All right.
besides the L and the bear and the NFL logo, are there any other options for your tattoo?
Like Air Supply Rules?
No, I mean like anything.
Oh, listen, that was.
I like the Air Supply Rules idea.
That was a real tattoo?
That was the one we had the argument about, where I said absolutely not.
Wait a minute, he's being serious?
He wanted one that
It
said
would be the funniest tattoo ever.
About a joke, yeah.
Air Supply Rules.
He does that. That would be fun. I tell you, if I saw that on somebody, I'd laugh.
Okay, it's funny, like now.
See that? Everyone's laughing.
Everyone's laughing now.
Air Supply Rules.
My job to think about you years down the road. I'm trying to help you years down the road. I don't think.
Years down the road, they'll have a way to take it off if I want.
Besides the Air Supply logo, from a distance might look a little like a Harley logo.
Anyway, so that's what's happening. All right.
Well, is that the Aerosmith logo?
Yeah. I'm glad that you made the decision to wait, and I'm proud of you. Have a great time at Beach Week, and please try not to drive Mom nuts.
I'm trying.
I know you are. All right. I love you. I'll see you later.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Say hi to your old lady for me. Oh, and he's gone.
Consider it done.
There you go. So, it's a fine line that you've got, and you got a kid that's 18 and almost, now here we go. Joe, why do you even put these calls through? Why do I even take these calls? This is a question. Why do I take negative phone calls when they're up on the screen?
I think you and I both kind of dig it, and I think that says something about us.
Yes,
it's not all that nice.
Here's the first idiot of the day. Hello.
Why do you presume they're negative when they're intended to be maybe helpful?
I'll tell you what it says on the screen.
That's trouble right there.
It says on the screen.
What does it say on the screen?
It says, Don is trying to be a friend, not a dad. You have no idea how I raise my son.
You're absolutely right. And everybody's personality is a little different.
You have no idea. I'm presenting this to you now as entertainment.
Okay.
But the truth of the matter is, he is 18. I can't stop him.
Right.
Well, but do you pay for his food and clothes and everything, or does he have a job and he lives independently?
Right now, he doesn't have a job, and I am giving him no money.
Well, then that's good.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that I have your seal of approval for my kid.
It's okay,
Well, no, I mean when you tell your kid what to do, I think he called from the parlor to get you to say no. Well,
I'm glad that you could read all of that into it. I think he called from the parlor, if you want to be honest, because he's a pretty good kid, and that he's not going to do anything
You're
rash.
absolutely right, and that's why he called. And he wanted you to
What's
say
your
no like his
point?
mother
So
did.
why are you
What's
calling?
your point? What is your point?
The point is,
or do you have
you should
one?
be a parent and tell him what you feel is the right thing for him, rather
No,
than make your own mind.
Please understand, and maybe this is the mistake you've made with your children.
Didn't you also say you gave him advice?
Yes.
You gave him your advice, and your advice that you just said, obviously this guy wasn't listening. The advice I heard Dad give Bart was the fact that, you shouldn't get these because it's the moment, it's the now, and you probably would regret it later. I believe that's advice.
That's advice. I realize also I am a realistic person. He's 18. I can't tell him what to do. I appreciate the fact that he's conscientious enough that he calls and asks my opinion.
Yeah, it's not like you said, do whatever you want.
Is good.
You didn't
That
say
is good
do whatever you want.
That he feels he can talk to you about it.
Yes, and I'm sorry you didn't have that relationship with your children, but I do.
You know my kids?
Well, I know what you've said here on the telephone that would indicate the way you raised your kids.
And I'm sitting here as an impartial observer, also as a parent, thinking that you're not really a good listener, sir.
And all I know is on the screen it says, Don, I'm to be a friend, not a dad. I am a dad first, and I am my kid's friend second, and I am to you Neither, and I bid you a good day, sir.
Adieu. I bid you adieu, sir, and I say bravo to you.
Adieu. Jesus Christ. Hell, I don't know. You know, I was actually having a discussion with myself today, thinking about the show.
Self, I said?
I says, you know, these calls that we take that sometimes get me wound up, sometimes more often than others, and sometimes get you wound up.
No, that's not true.
Why do you want to replay yesterday's show?
No, thank you.
Why do I take the calls? Why do I go out of my way when what I really would like is...
You're going to like my answer to that. If you're asking that question, I have an answer for you that I think you'll enjoy.
Go.
And I'd like everybody to hear this answer, and this answer is as follows. We take those calls because we know that our suffering amuses others.
And you're not afraid.
And when people call to give us a hard time, we take it. Sometimes it's pretty goddamn personal, and it's pretty hurtful.
Sure.
But I think you and I recognize that a lot of times on this show we talk about good things in our lives, and we talk about, you know, successes we've had, and I think there's got to be a balance. And the trade-off on this show, when we're giving all these people crap, and we give a lot of people crap on this show,
and they all deserve it, incidentally,
is that every now
you're
and
all
then,
pathetic. You all just make me sick to my stomach. You really do.
Every now and then, when it's turned on us, there is I think a majority of the audience that probably enjoys hearing us get it a little bit.
Therein is where the problem lies.
What?
Every once in a while. And I guess it comes back to me because I push the buttons, that if one guy calls the bus balls, now we know a lot more people will call to bus balls.
Well, if you've been thinking about the type of calls that are really just nasty ball-busting calls, but when there's a subject matter and a guy calls like that, and it's not over the top, where somebody says, hey, Mike, you know, maybe you need therapy when I'm talking yesterday, that's tolerable. I think a lot of times when we take those calls that get us so wound up, well, you know what? People are entertained by that, too.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been doing that for a million years, and people are entertained by that.
But in a perfect world, I'd rather just have a show. Now, maybe I'm Pollyanna here. I'd rather just have a show where everybody agreed with everything we said. And everybody just
Let's be real honest. Not everything we said. Everything you said.
No, and listen, 18 years, I include you in that.
But you and I don't agree all the time.
Okay, well, let's say...
So technically...
Except on the topics that you and I disagree on.
Okay.
There you go.
I would like nothing but adoration from our listeners.
You know, when you say that, I know you got to be joking, because you control... You stir this. You would drink every day.
You wouldn't like that.
You're the one that gets the...
I know.
You love it.
I know.
You love the battle.
But I'd like a day of adoration. I'd like a day of just looking on the screen and not seeing, you know, you want to be his friend, not his dad. I'd like to look. I'll tell you the calls that we have.
I feel like I've been studying. I feel as though I've studied under a great professor for years. And now everything he has taught me, he is contradicting right in front of me right now.
Well, it's because, you know, sometimes I just wake up in the morning and man, I love this job. I really do. I would not want to do anything else. I'm not qualified to do anything else. I don't want to do anything else. But I don't want to come in and argue all the time. I'd like to just relate something about my kid and tell you something about my kid without the first call being some jerk off saying, you know, giving me the Dr. Laura speech.
Right.
And I look up on the screen now and I see Phil from Philadelphia. How much of a fan of Batman really are you?
You know who really is responsible for a lot of this negative energy? You know who's really responsible? He is.
Well, Joe. I'm not yelling at him.
No, I would like a day where people...
You know what's great about Joe? Let me tell you what's great about Joe. I just busted Joe's balls. Joe is so completely immune to ball busting that I just did that, and Joe just didn't miss a beat.
You got to be.
And that's, you know, and here I am. I'm busting his balls, but I'll tell you, but I love the guy now. I love him, I swear to God, because that's why. Because I point right at him, he's like, so anyway, as I was saying, it's great. Go ahead, Joe, I interrupted.
I just wish people would listen to the show and be entertained some days, rather than call in with their opinions that really they shouldn't bother, you know, giving us.
Yeah. Well, Joe,
they're out there.
Mark this in a time capsule. I wish more people thought like you, Joe. I wish they did. You know, I'm all for free speech, and that's really the reason that I take.
Boy, I was having a hinky day yesterday. What's wrong with you today?
Oh, nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with all. Mike, every once in a while, self-examination is not a bad thing to do.
You're preaching to the choir there, pal.
Every once in a while.
Don't think I don't get up every single morning and look in the mirror and say, what the hell happened?
I was not accusing.
Don't think I don't look in that mirror. And I'm still kind of recovering from yesterday. And I understand what you're saying right there. I examine myself, and I'm not paranoid. I know what you say behind my back.
You do not. You do not.
No.
They say different things to different people.
Depending on the circumstances.
Correct.
As do I.
Anyway, I'm overthinking it. What the hell? What the hell? People call. I don't give a rat's ass.
There you go.
You know, it's free world. If I feel like I got to take the call. If you're a douchebag, we'll hang up on you. Whatever. Anyway, that's my story about my kids today. Okay?
Very good.
You know, that's what the show's about. I'm sorry, the show is about our lives. Yesterday, Mike was having a bad day.
Yeah, and I'm having a much better day today.
And today, I just wanted to bring up the fact that I thought it was, you know, kind of interesting that he wanted to get another tattoo. That's all, as he continues to grow up. Excuse me for not diving right into the topics of today's show, which we will do now.
I'm getting a tattoo over the summer. Yeah.
Of?
Up on my right where your Batman tattoo is.
And you're getting it of?
Single and proud. There you go.
May I call Joe Ardinger back into the studio for a... Now, you're going to like this. This is a timely, topical, and I believe eventually it will be interesting and enjoyable to listen to. I have in my hands a copy of the hottest book of all time, Living History, by Hillary Rodham Clinton. And during various times on today's show, we're going to call noted historian Joe Ardinger in to read passages from the book.
Excellent. This is great. It can give everybody a feel for the book before they go out and purchase it.
Right. Why go out and spend $28 and for our listeners in Canada, 44 Canucks or whatever they use up there for money? Why
break, losers!
For what's that? What's that for Canada?
Yeah.
Why do that?
What is that hatred for?
Here now is Joe Ardinger. Joe, you start where?
Damn it!
Start where we've written where there's a star.
Do we have any book music?
I've got some music, and it goes right to where the other star is. So now,
Rob.
ladies and gentlemen, here
that's a lot.
With the very first excerpt from Hillary Rodham Clinton's book, Joe Ardinger.
Early the next morning, Saturday, August 15th, Bill woke me up just as he had done months before. This time he didn't sit by the bed, but paced back and forth. He told me for the first time that the situation was much more serious than he had previously acknowledged. He now realized he would have to testify that there had been an inappropriate intimacy. He told me that what happened between them had been brief and sporadic. He couldn't tell me 7 months ago, he said, because he was too ashamed to admit it, and he knew how angry and hurt I would be. I could hardly breathe, gulping for air. I started crying and yelling at him. What do you mean? What are you saying? Why do you lie to me? I was furious and getting more so by the second. He just stood there saying over and over again, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was trying to protect you and Chelsea. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Up until now, I only thought that he'd been foolish for paying attention to the young woman and was convinced that he was being railroaded.
What?
I couldn't believe he would do anything to endanger our marriage and our family. I was dumbfounded, heartbroken, and outraged that I believed him at all. Then I realized that Bill and I had to tell Chelsea. When I told him he had to do this, his eyes filled with tears. He had betrayed the trust in our marriage, and we both knew it might be an irreparable breach. And we had to tell Chelsea that he had lied to her, too. These were terrible moments for us. I didn't know whether our marriage could or should survive such a stinging betrayal. But I knew I had to work through my feelings carefully on my own timetable. I desperately needed someone to talk to, and so I called a friend who was also a counselor to seek guidance. This was the most devastating, shocking, and hurtful experience of my life. I could not figure out what to do. But I knew I had to find a calm place in my heart and mind to sort out my feelings. There were no public appearances on my schedule that weekend. We were supposed to be on vacation, but we had delayed our departure from Martha's Vineyard until Bill's grand jury appearance. Despite the emotional wreckage all around him, Bill had to prepare his testimony and work on a statement to make to the nation.
Thank you, Joe.
There you go. That is the first
Thank
of
you, Joe. There's nothing like hearing that boy read. Beautiful.
many excerpts. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Don and Mike Show here for you. Why go buy the book?
No.
When you're going to hear it written, and why buy the book on tape? When you're going to hear the juiciest passages read by noted historian Joe Ardinger.
And God bless the United States of America.
Joe. And just wait until later in the show. We're going to try to do one of these every break. Passage 2 is Hillary wants to wring Bill's neck.
Oh, God.
Passage number 3 is falling lights nearly hit Hillary while she's doing an interview. Passage number 4 is something about the butlers intruding.
Mm-hmm.
Passage number 5, there's not a lot of good parts in this book, but the highlights. Guess which Gina Davis movie Hillary likes.
Oh.
And passage number 6.
The Fly.
In which Hillary changes her quality footwear. These are what we have selected as the highlights of this extraordinary book.
And if phonics had been around when Joe was a little boy, we wouldn't be bringing you this entertaining segment.
Anyway, you'll be hearing that throughout the show today. We got to break now because we're so jam-packed with stuff that we didn't get to yesterday. We're going to get to it today.
Find out about the Broyhills.
Yeah, our commitment to you, and also the gay pride thing.
Oh yeah,
the whole tape with that coming up, and the problem with the rerun we ran on Friday that caused major traffic snafus.
And of course your hate calls.
Would you stop it? Would you stop it? All I did was take 1 second before the show today where I was really sitting down thinking what makes me happy and what makes me not happy. This is from the same guy yesterday that was ready to shoot somebody because you couldn't get a package wrapped at Hallmark.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
What, the package?
Oh, yeah, you did a great job.
I'm in a great mood. I just hate a lot of the people that call the show.
I know.
I like doing the show.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I hate a lot of people that call the show.
I think the best shows that we have a lot of times are the shows where it's just you and I talk.
I would agree with you. I'm fine.
But I like you people out there calling in sometimes.
Right.
You're okay. You know, when you help my cause, when you're furthering my ideas, but more even than that, the idea that I want to get across more than ever is just how much I love this place, how much I love the commitment that this radio station has.
That's right.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I love the commitment around. I love the commitment.
We all do.
The thing is, I shouldn't have a meeting with Alan right before we go on the air.
Forever.
Yeah, because I probably wouldn't have reacted the way I reacted if I didn't have the meeting that I had with Alan before we went on the air.
I think you make a good point, pal.
Well, now what? Rob, I'm hesitant to play that because
music.
It's music.
Yeah. What is this music?
What? Rob, so you're going to drag me into a topic.
Oh,
Rob.
Yes.
Rob, you're going to drag me into a topic we don't have time to get into now.
Right.
You big lug. You love it when I'm mad. You love to make me hurt other people, don't you?
Yes,
you really do.
You have finally tapped into it, haven't you?
Yeah. That's why we get along so well together.
That's right.
Yeah, I got a problem with the station about the Redskins broadcast.
Sure.
But listen, I'll bore you with that in our next break.
Yes.
Be the 100th caller now at 877-365-3636 to win $500 with the secret sound. Good luck.
How to do?
Why should the equipment?
Don't play that yet.
Why should the equipment?
Try it again.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
How about that?
I had my experience in Gloucester, Massachusetts. That was tough, and since I got out of that, then I don't fear anything. There was a lawyer. I met him at the bar, and he invited me home. Then I was pretty young and not thinking of those things. And he invited me home, telling that he was living in a 300 years old, very nice house, that he was also out of New England, and but invited me for a drink, and as a sailor I was always going for a glass of whiskey, more than less, and so we got home to him, and he then he started to try to kiss me, and I said I just started to ask him about why don't you go with the girls rather?
Yeah.
I said I asked him just because of course I knew I had to, we could say, defend myself, but not without getting scared or anything. Right. And then we got into a heavy discussion on it all, and that turns out that he said, well, they are smelling so bad. And I never forget that. And then I found out, and I learned in the night that his fiancée was leaving, that he was going with a policeman in town, and I had to, when I left the house, I just left quietly. And I got out without any problems.
The Don and Mike Show.
Sorry, captured in the story.
Made fresh daily with brown eggs. The Don and Mike Show.
Yeah, what a good story that was. He's the Icelandic cowboy.
I'm an Icelandic cowboy.
In the West. Actually, I was just looking at a note handed to me. Program reminder. Thursday on the show, we'll be doing at least part of the show outside the parking lot for the Mr. 40 birthday barbecue. Yay! We talked about doing this for a long time with Mr. 40. We're going to be outside. The weather will suck, of course, because the weather's going to suck every day.
Is the whole thing going to look like a rap video?
Lots of bling bling, Mike.
Very good.
Anyway, that's Thursday, the Mr. 40 barbecue birthday party outside in our parking lot, and we would love for you to come down and
Rob, stop shaking your head.
Be part of it. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hello, I'm caller 100.
Yeah, you are, my friend. And what's your name?
Paul Cadell.
Hi, Paul. Where are you from?
Hollywood, Maryland.
All right, Paul. Here you go from Hollywood. In time for Father's Day. Dinner for 4 at the Outback Steakhouse. Man, do people go nuts for Outback?
They do.
Sweet.
Everybody loves Outback.
I agree.
It's not Dad's Day without the one-of-a-kind taste. That's an American Outback, excuse me, how dare I, an Outback filet and bloomin' onion. Doors open at 11, Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right. Also from Vermont Teddy Bear, you've won the graduation bear. Send your the groovy grad bear. Call 1-800-829-BEAR to order. And, my friend, you have won a pair of fourth row tickets. Win them before you can buy them to see Poison with Vince Neil and Skid Row.
Thank you, sir.
Color me there. Friday, August 8th at Nissan Pavilion. Tickets go on sale Saturday at noon at NissanPavilion.com.
That's a prize package right there.
Sure is.
I know, we gave them all the stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you can go to Outback and then go right to the Poison show.
With
My favorite restaurant.
With this teddy bear.
Right.
I'm telling you, nothing against the teddy bear or Poison. People go crazy for the Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, they sure do.
And I have found, Mike, would you stop it?
What?
I've found that it's also the perfect, and I'm not doing a commercial for him here, it's the perfect gift certificate. If you got somebody and you're going to give them like Barnes & Noble or Amazon or Tower.com or The Gap or Eddie Bauer or whatever it is, you give them that Outback, and man, it's like they go, oh, you've given me a piece of solid gold.
Who doesn't like steak?
Well, everybody loves the Outback.
I do.
Everybody except Mike. And I don't know why you don't like them.
I love Outback.
Then why do you really? Then why do you make faces?
Well, if you want to pull back the curtain, I don't think it's appropriate. I like it.
I'm not trying to be.
I know the owner of Outback. All of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Daniel Outback.
Yeah.
So you do like Outback?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know him personally. I just know who he is. Saw him last week from a distance.
Oh, at the golf thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. At the at my Shishi golf place.
Is that why?
Well, no.
Okay, then why?
I love it. I don't know what impression you're getting that I don't. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. What's happening to us these last couple of days?
I'm sorry. My mistake.
Maybe I'm sending you the wrong signal.
I apologize. Okay. I didn't.
What?
Now, Buzz,
that was me. I mean, really, that was my knife and fork sign. Yes. He was eating. And there's one right near my house that I've taken my children to on more than one occasion. Somebody has a birthday coming up. I have. Now you've been to the Outback, right?
I got no problem.
But you've been to the Outback, haven't you?
Yeah. I like it.
That's why you say it, and everybody loves it.
I do love it.
There are lines around the block. Well, I mean, on the weekends when I see that place, there are lines around the block.
There are.
And I'm glad they're a sponsor. I think it's terrific. And I did. I saw the guy that owns it. It's pretty cool. It's got lots of them. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I know. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's move on. I'm sorry that I brought that up.
No need to apologize.
I'm sorry. But I react when you do stuff.
Yeah. I know, and sometimes it's funny when you're trying to ignore me too. When I'm really trying to get your attention.
Well, you've done it like every time I read.
It's really been my career. Trying to get his attention. That's what I do.
Every time I read a slug.
Somebody wrote that on my app. That should be on my tombstone. Tried to get Don's attention.
You have my attention.
I know. Sometimes when you look away, like when you want to maintain your concentration, and I'm over here gesturing in a little bit. It's tough. I just have fun. One of my moments really on the show that I enjoy is when you're reading the tags, when you're reading the sponsor tags. It's always fun for me, and I poke fun just because I poke fun.
Okay.
And I think every prize you gave there, right from the poison tickets right through the steak, is top shelf. Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to play for $500?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna play you a common everyday sound. Your clues are candy, and Jerry Seinfeld. Play you the sound now. Give you 15 seconds to think about it. Please don't answer till Mike sings like
Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, ODB.
Right.
And we wish you Godspeed.
Caller, name this sound.
There it is. I bet Old Dirty Bastard likes Outback Steakhouse.
I think he does.
You think so?
I would hope so. Why should he be like anybody? I don't know.
What?
You can call me dirty and then lift up your skirt. And you want to see some of this dirty. God made dirt and dirt fucks your ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost my concentration. I don't know what I was saying there.
Listen, for $500, what's the sound?
That is the sound of a tin can of chocolates being opening up.
No.
Oh, we're sorry.
No, 100% wrong. Thank you, though, and don't forget that every guess is
a clue for you.
A clue for you. We'll move past this.
Let's do that. That's a great idea.
Okay. Why is Infinity a great place to work?
Yeah, why?
Well, Rob's
got an answer?
You shut up on this because you got an answer for everything. I'll tell you why. A couple of reasons.
The spirit of cooperation between employees?
Hillary Rodham Clinton did a radio show today on Infinity, much like Donald Rumsfeld did. It was at 8 a.m. this morning on Infinity stations throughout the country.
Was it on this one?
No, that's why this is a great place. Because it wasn't on this one.
Huh.
It didn't run in this market.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess it's okay to preempt our show for a day for a J.O. session with Donald Rumsfeld, who had nothing to say. But on the other hand, you have Hillary Clinton, like her, don't like her. I think people are interested in what she has to say.
In the news.
They did not run it on this Infinity-owned and operated radio station or on no radio stations in Washington, D.C. The reason would be, as has been pointed to us countless times, we are so far down on the pecking order of Infinity Broadcasting that we have to look up to see Tom Likas. Mm-hmm. That is simply the truth of the matter.
All right.
That, I'm reading this and I'm thinking, well, of course, they're not going to break into Howard's show to run this. But they got no problem breaking into our show last week to run, Dumsfeld. So, that's point number one. Thank you, Infinity. Point number two, and this is just me, okay? Speaking for myself. I'm a football fan, and I enjoy doing the broadcasts for the Redskins. I've done the game. I've done the actual play-by-play color on the game. Mm-hmm. I've done the pregame show. I've done the postgame show.
Done the middle of the game show?
I have done the middle of the game show.
Sure.
I have. didn't know that?
That's why I said it.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Everything that comes out of my mouth today is not being cynical and sarcastic.
Okay, all right, I apologize.
I've heard you do the middle of the game show.
Anyway, I love it. And I love football, and I love being around it, and I love doing it. And a couple of years ago, I went through a situation with the old management where they just said to me, well, you can do it if you want. Mm-hmm. But, if you want to do it. I don't know. Yeah. It was pretty much Ken's thought. If you want to do it, go ahead. And
and I will tell you that since you did, especially the one thing you've done more than any other thing is the pregame show. And around here, I think I'm out and about probably more than anybody on the show, and I hear people mention that show, and they ask like around this time of year for the people that are into football are asking, are you going to do the pregame show? And I've heard that and I've been telling people yes,
because we try hard to do it not like a regular pregame show that we put in the hours to go out to Redskins Park and interview the basically dumb football players. Most of them are, but they're nice enough guys. But
see, but you say that whether you're doing the show or not, and that's what makes it kind of cool, right?
The thing is, it's a pain in the ass and I've done it for 5 years, where you go to Redskins Park on a Wednesday and you wait for 2 hours for some big lummox to finish eating his cheese sandwich until he finally decides that he will grace you with 30 seconds of his time, so you can ask him a question and he can give you a cliche answer. Right. That's pretty much how the game is played, and I've enjoyed the fact that when I've done the Redskins pregame show, I especially love it when they stink, because I'm able to say, wow, they stink. Mm-hmm. And, the ticket prices are too much, and the parking is too much, etc. But anyway, I love football, and it's my passion. Right. So they came to me back in December, and they didn't say, do you want to do this? We'd like you to do this again. Mm-hmm. It was put to me, the Redskins, what do you think? Are you back in? And I said, yeah, sure. I'm back in. And I said I would like to be paid because I did it for a year without being paid because I took someone in this company at his word and they just never ended up paying me. Mm-hmm. And the guy ended up basically saying to me, well, you do it because you love it and you'd be at the game anyway because you're a season ticket holder, so you'd be at the game anyway. So it's really no big deal for you to do this.
That's the same thing.
No, and it's not. So back in December, I talked with Alan Linewand, and let's hear it for Alan. And I had said, so what's he said, what's the deal with the Redskins? I said, well, I'm in. I'd love to do it. And I have no problem telling you exactly the amount of money that we're talking about. Now, keep in mind that our station, WJFK, pays, depending on who you believe, anywhere between $5 and $8 million a year for the rights to broadcast the Redskins games. Mm-hmm. And they make millions of dollars. Now, they will tell you that they don't make enough to break even, but, as Mike and I know from our syndication, our syndication, the accounting around this place is just a friggin' joke. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, here was my outrageous demand. My outrageous demand was $1,000. $1,000 a game. Which means during the week I got to go to Redskins Park at one day during the week and spend 4 or 5 hours there. I got to prepare the show. I got to be at the stadium 3 hours before the game. Got to do a 3-hour pregame show. Got to jump in at halftime. Eats up the whole weekend and eats up everything. Come back from vacation. A lot of people bitch about our vacations, but I come back from vacation to do these shows. And frankly, $1,000 is not a lot to ask. Mike and I can get more than that each for 1 hour work if we go out and do a Las Vegas style show. Yeah. So anyway, Alan said, "What's it going to take?" And I said, "Well, being as 3 years ago when I did it, Ken promised me $500 a week, and it didn't pay me. And being as I think you know what my value is, I would think, and also, hello, McFly, being as you just, signed us to this gigantic multi-million-dollar contract, $1,000 a week. That's not bad.
And honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, principle more than anything else.
Yeah, and it's less incidental.
And principle for the fact that you did it and were never compensated, and no one has ever addressed that. That's really the reason. But also the going rate for people to do that in other places, sports guys that come in.
It's more wondering, the other guys who do it, Larry and Earl, those guys make more than that. They make, and more power to them. They make more than that. So I said to Alan, I just need to know. The season starts in less than 2 months. The first game is on August the 9th, and today is June the 10th. And as you look at the schedule, there's a Thursday night game, which would screw up our show. There's a Sunday night game. There's a Monday night game. There are games when we're supposed to be on vacation, when I already told my wife, well, listen, we can't go anywhere because I got to come back. I got to come back on Wednesday to go to the park to do the interviews. I got to come back to be at the stadium at 9 o'clock in the morning to do the thing. And, you know, I'm willing to do it because I love it.
Right.
And I think that it's very well received by the audience. And finally, I went into Alan's office today and I said, so, kind of need to know. We've been talking about it since December. That would be January, February, March, April, May, June. We've been talking about it for 7 months. I said, I need to know, am I a part of this team? Because I got a plan. I got, my kids at college, and we've got, parents' weekend at college, and if that's the case, I got to work around the Redskins schedule and everything else. And he said, well, his first thing he said to me was, let me ask you something, pal. Do you really want to do it? And I said, I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't want to. And you put me in this awkward position where it's like, I'm begging you to do this, okay? I'm not begging you. I like doing it. There's no doubt I like doing it. It's my passion. I'm going to be at all the home games anyway because I pay the exorbitant season ticket prices, and I got the dish, and I watch the games. My life revolves around football from August until February. That's it. That's all I've got going is football. So I said, yes, I want to be a part of it. You guys have never officially asked me, but yes, I want to be a part of it. He said, well, I got to tell you that times are tight, and I don't know if I can afford to pay you. And I know to a lot of you guys listening, $20,000 is a hell of a lot of money. And it's a hell of a lot of money to me, too. But it's 20 weeks of work. It's giving up every weekend. It's working during the week. It's doing whether you have to. It's doing extra work.
You shouldn't even put it that way. What you should say is that it is less than the going rate for comparable people that do this all over the country in local markets for all of the NFL cities. That's what you're talking about.
Who don't do as much as we do. Frankly, we do a pretty good goddamn pregame.
What you're asking for is to be paid a little less than the going rate for, people that do this all over the country, and that's that.
So I said to Alan, I need to know today, just am I in or am I out? And I'm not even saying you got to call my agent, you got to get a contract, you got to put something in writing. I looked him in the eye and I said, Alan, listen, your word is good enough with me. If you look at me in the eye and say, I'll work this out between now and the first game, we'll come up with some way to pay you the less than going rate for doing this. I said, then it's fine. We got a deal. And he looked at me and he said, I just can't tell you that. I just can't tell you that. I mean, I wish I could. I just can't tell you that. And I just walked out of his office frustrated, thinking, it's not even the money. Here's what gets me about this place. And eventually I'll just wise up and just stop caring. And they're going to lose Charles Broyhill as producer as well.
That's criminal
because they don't want to pay him for doing his job either. They want him to do it for free as well. The thing is, we care about it, and we try to do a professional job. We try to do a little avant-garde job. We try to do something that you don't hear on the sports station. We got good relationships with a bunch of the players, and we work our asses off. We get a pregame show that, frankly, and I've not said this on the air, a pregame show that's so good that other radio stations have called us asking us for tapes of it, saying, how do you do it like this? WBCN in Boston, the Patriot station, KVIL in Dallas, the Cowboy station, called us and said, send us tapes of your pregame show because we're intrigued how you work entertainment into it, yet it's still a sports show. So having said all of that, I go through all this crap with Alan today, and the bottom line is we can't afford to pay you.
Well, it's unfortunate because I know that is a breath of fresh air listening to the standard stuff, especially for people that like their sports with just a different twist, that are tired of hearing the same old. I think when the game comes on itself, everybody wants it. Give it to me straight. But as far as the analysis and on all levels, is there anything more tired than especially NFL analysis? And you brought it to a level where I dug it. And, and I'm somebody that I don't think I'm the unaverage fan there, where I'm listening to a lot of these pregame shows, ESPN, shows like that, where it's just, really, that sound effect you played for Bart a little earlier? That's what I feel like it is. It's like, rah, 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 rah. That's what it sounds like. Especially, when you get into a Super Bowl broadcast where you see this. The thing I liked about it, you would inject a little bit of you and this show, although you couldn't do this show before because that just wouldn't fit. And a lot of the kids would throw you out in your ass.
And a lot of the players, a lot of the stuff with the players that you wouldn't normally hear.
Interviews with the players. There's one in particular I remember. And I forgot exactly who you were talking to, but you were talking about something totally unrelated. You did it a lot, unrelated to football.
We always talk about stuff. Who cares when you go to the player?
You'd say the guy might be wearing an outfit, and you'd be commenting on that, and that would be half of the interview, and I would be laughing hysterically, and the player would be enjoying it, and it's just, I think it's unfortunate that they didn't get that, and it also, they're all about synergy in this company, and it was a nice tie-in from the radio station into the broadcast.
Which is another reason I like doing it, because I thought, people who listen to the Redskins, who might not listen to our show, might hear me, because I did do a pretty good job of plugging our show, working the plugs in for that, and I'm just disheartened. I'm just disheartened by the short-sightedness of this company that you pay $8 million a year for the rights. You're paying Mike and I, and I don't want to get specific, but you're paying Mike and I in excess of 8 figures to do this show. But you won't pay me $1,000 to do the Redskins when the guys at WTEM, the non-Redskins station, are making scale $1,500 a week. When the other people that I work with on the pregame show are all making more money than me? And it's not even the money issue. It's just a thing. Just tell me that you'll do it. Because I've got one thing going for me, and I know it, and it's a passion, and that I care. But that doesn't matter a hill of beans around this place.
Right. Yeah, it's unfortunate when stuff like that goes down, because
radio is a business.
Makes me look at my rear view. Makes me, we talk about ever forward. It makes me look backwards a little bit.
Radio
is the same way we used to feel around here.
Radio is a business of passion. Sports is passion. It's a perfect merging of the two. And what these corporate dicks don't get is that not everything in radio, whether it's my situation or anything, nothing is cookie cutter. Nothing is, this is the way it's done somewhere else, and we can save money by doing this, and we can save money by doing this, and we can save money by doing this. Listen, Jesus Christ, you got to spend money to make money.
Right.
And you're willing to pay the Redskins $8 million a year to broadcast the games. You got no problem paying them that. But when it comes to our radio station, take me out of it. We have one banner for our entire radio station that has, play school stick numbers on it. You know, the numbers that have stick them on the back?
Replaceable, yeah.
So if it says Ron and Fez broadcasting line, they can peel off Ron and Fez and put Don and Mike.
How many years has Tammy done it with mirrors here? How many years has Tammy worked her ass off to...
Very many.
To really, with so little... And, if they didn't have her, there's just a lot of people fall into that category.
Listen, they're about to lose her, too. And that's sad because she's outstanding.
Well,
she works her ass off, too. Here's the problem. Alan, Michael, if any of you dicks are listening, what makes the radio business go is passion. And what you are doing, one by one, is killing everybody in this company that has any type of passion for what they do. You love the market manager concept. You love voice tracking. You know what voice tracking is? Voice tracking is where you have a radio station, but you're too cheap to pay an overnight disc jockey. Wow. So you get a disc jockey from another city to sit down for an hour and go, it's 3 o'clock in Minneapolis. My name is Big John Stud. And then they play the tape via satellite in Minneapolis, and you have one disc jockey doing the work of two. Mm-hmm. It just sucks. It just friggin' sucks. And I'm passionate about football. I'm passionate about the Redskins. And I am just disheartened by the fact that all I wanted to do is just continue doing the job that I had done for 5 years, then didn't do for a couple of years, and wanted to do again. And all I want is the going rate.
Right.
I don't want to be paid like a superstar. I don't want to be paid like an egomaniac. Just pay me a little less than you're paying Larry. Pay me a little less than you're paying Earl. That's all I'm asking for.
Hope they see the light.
Well, no, they're not, because now it's a closed issue. Because the last thing that he said to me was, I need a couple more days. And I said, wait, you need a couple more days? Mm-hmm. I'm saying to him, all I was saying to him was, and this is what is so friggin' unbelievable. I'm saying, I care enough that I don't even need it in paper.
Right.
You just look me in the eye and say, somehow between now and the beginning of the football season, 2 months from now, I'll figure out a way to pay you the salary, which is less than the other guys, but to pay you the salary that you've asked for. And he said, I can't make a promise I can't keep. Okay. Good luck.
A little peek behind the curtain in the radio business. Mm-hmm.
Good luck. But he's got no problem preempting our show for Rumsfeld. But of course they won't preempt Howard for Hillary Clinton, and it's just because it's just more proof of where we are in the food chain.
Oh, absolutely.
Now listen, don't get me wrong, we got a great contract.
No, we do, and that is something that
we got a killer contract, and we're very happy about it. But the only reason that they got us and they paid us the amount of money that we're getting, and we're getting the vacation time that we're getting, is because the only alternative they had would be we would go across the street, mm-hmm. and we'd kill them across the street. Right. So they kind of had to ante up. Mm-hmm. So now you're getting to the extra stuff. You're getting to the stuff that's really not even about money. It's just about passion and caring. And can I even tell you that, because I am a season ticket holder for the Redskins, I get one parking pass with my tickets. Do you know that for the 5 years that I did the pregame show, I had to buy my wife a parking pass because she wouldn't want to leave the house at 8:30 for a 1 o'clock game.
Right. And you had to use the one you paid for.
Yeah, I used the one that came with our tickets. Mm. And the station wouldn't give me a parking spot for my wife. Mm-hmm. So I would have to pay $50 out of my own pocket to buy my wife a parking ticket so that when I was done doing the job that they weren't paying me for.
And that was, of course, the radio station and also the Redskins that were responsible for that.
Yeah. Well,
because couldn't you conceivably, weren't you asking to use a workspace for the game coverage?
Yeah.
Weren't they being charged for it?
And it's not only me. Rob does that announcing,
right,
where he announces the names of the players before the game. Well, Rob gets paid nothing for doing that. He does it because it's fun. Mm-hmm. Do you know that this company won't let him expense the parking? Mm-hmm. When he goes there and represents WJFK at Redskins Stadium and stands in front of 80,000 people and says, I'm Rob A. from the Don and Mike Show, and now here's the starting lineups for the Washington Redskins and who are the New York Giants, they won't pay him. They won't reimburse him.
That'll break the bank.
For parking his car when he's doing it for nothing to begin with.
Right.
It just sucks on ice.
It'll put us out of business.
Really, not even a war. It's really your thing. That's what they says.
So anyway,
Jesus.
Have a great time, Alan. Have a great time.
Well, I'm sorry about that, and I know a lot of people that love that pregame show are going to feel the same way.
Well, I love doing it.
You guys did a kick-ass job, and it was fun, and you did it with the light touch, which is what everybody enjoyed on this.
It just becomes a matter.
I know how that must feel.
A matter of principle.
That's correct.
And my wife is saying to me, "Well, why do you even want to do it? It's just going to wreck our lives for the next 8 months because you have no time on the weekend. We're not going to be able to, you're going to have to, I had even planned on for Parents' Weekend at Clemson where my kids go into school, I had made the plan to fly in on Saturday and fly out at 5 a.m. on Sunday morning, leaving half of the festivities to come back to work the game, that Sunday. She said, and you're willing when we get vacation around Labor Day, you mean you're going to come back on those 2 weeks? You're going to come back on Wednesday to go all the way to Redskins Park. Then you're going to come back on Saturday, and you're going to be at the stadium starting at 5 in the afternoon and stay at the stadium until 1 o'clock in the morning to do this. She said, why do you do it? I said, well, because I love it. But apparently that's not enough. You got to love it.
And also I think that it is a gamble on their part. They know that, and they were thinking that they'd get you for nothing because of your passion, and they were going to take advantage of that. And
ain't going to happen.
It doesn't work.
Ain't going to happen. And I figure, why lie about it? Because people are going to ask me, how come you're not doing the Redskins this year? I thought you were doing the Redskins this year. Well, that's why I'm not doing the Redskins this year, because WJFK can't find the money to pay me less than scale to do the broadcast. I'm not asking for an exorbitant amount of money. I'm not asking for FU money. I'm not asking for enough money to line my house with walls of gold. I'm asking for less than after our union.
And you're providing a service.
Scale.
You're providing a service, and that's all there is to it.
And he said no. Just said, I can't do it. Can't give you the answer today. I just can't. I'm sitting in his office, and I just said, well, at least I appreciate the fact that unlike your predecessor, at least, you're a bastard, but at least you're honest about it.
Well, the predecessor said, yeah, I will pay, and then didn't.
Yeah. And didn't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And don't even get me going about our syndication.
Oh, God.
Do you realize?
That's another story.
This company... Mike and I are very close to just pulling the plug on syndication because it's just not worth it. It's not worth it financially. When you think that this radio station, WJFK, pays us, and please understand me, I'm not bragging and I'm not boasting. I just want you to know this just so you can compare. We get paid handsomely, way more than we should, way over $1 million a year to do this show. And for that, we're grateful on WJFK. But if you're one of our affiliate radio stations, like in Seattle or San Francisco, Seattle especially, and Sacramento, where we get #1 ratings, it's costing you roughly $100 a month to get this show. Now, what's the logical financial sense in that? Why would one station pay 7 figures and then turn around to another station and say, you can have this show, and you can have #1 ratings, and you can make $1 million a year on it, and guess what? It'll cost you $100 a month.
National syndication is tremendous if you have a television show or you have a newspaper column. It is the way we've been handled through the network, and it's very, very frustrating.
And when we had this discussion with management, they said, well, we thought you guys liked being nationally syndicated. Again.
Another one. That's another thing where it's principle, where there's a value for what's being offered. And if you were to go through these radio stations, and, they're going to get nervous with us talking like this.
Good.
And let me tell you something. We know how much money you are making on this radio show in the markets where we've been on a long time and where we have a tremendous following. We know exactly what's going on with that.
And if you guys think we're being dicks for talking about this, a big part of our business is business. And that's what this is about. For instance, Michael Hughes, who's generally not as much of a dick as the other guys, called me the other day and said, I got a line on a station in Buffalo. I know, Charlie, give me 1 second. I got a line on a station in Buffalo. Why don't you call the guy up and see if you can close the deal? And I hung up the phone, and I thought, first off, why should I call a guy in Buffalo about taking a show that's going to cost him nothing to run, that he can cancel anytime he wants to, just so that Mike and I can have a J.O. session to sit around and go, hey, look, we're on in Buffalo.
And you know, I'll tell you, a person a long time ago said, why do you want to be syndicated? And we said, well, we want to do it because we'd like to take advantage of the success of the show. And it's a business thing. It's business. We like to do well. Everybody'd like to do as well financially as they can. And you know what? That came right from the top of this company.
Yeah, we heard that from Mel Karmazin.
And you know what? It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
And I wonder if Mel Karmazin knows that this show that makes in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for many Infinity radio stations, the profit margin coming back is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, I pay, one of the ways that I get loyalty out of all these guys that I work with is I give Charles Broyhill a percentage of my syndication money, and I give Rob A. a percentage of my syndication money. I'm embarrassed when I give them the check, and I say, this is your percentage. And they look at me and go, what, this is how much? And I go, well, it's 5%.
Right.
It's 5% of my cut. My cut, which is supposed to be 25%.
Right.
But really, the last 2 years, they've been jipping us out of that.
It's just nuts. It doesn't
we have
make any sense. I mean, somebody's making money.
We have contract issues with this company where there was supposed to be, the money was supposed to be divided differently. They give us no accounting at all. For all I know, Westwood One is just treading water. Yet when I go out of town and turn on our show and hear the network spots, I hear CBS, HBO, Warner Brothers, Radio Shack, Amstel Light, M&M, Snickers, Valvoline. I'm hearing top-line advertisers.
Somebody's writing some checks. Oh, yeah.
And we're not getting dick. Right. So why should we give our show away? Why should we give it away? I mean, and no offense to our listeners in the cities we're broadcasting to outside D.C., but really,
you got to ask yourself a question: if this show, in many of the markets we're on and doing unbelievably well, was a homegrown show, you know, would you have guys coming into the radio station in your local market every day and working for $100 a month,
$25 a week, which incidentally works out to $12.50 a week.
Before taxes.
Because Mike and I split our money 50-50.
Do you think that's fair? I sure don't.
We're number one rated in Sacramento. Mike and I get $12.50 a week for that. Really, I'm not lying. I am not lying. And we go to the people in this company and ask them about it, and they say, we'll look into that.
Yeah.
We'll look into that.
Right.
You'll look into that. Wait, well, look into this. It's my rectum. Look in there.
So, lots of issues.
And that's why I'm frustrated about this Redskins thing. Because, again, it's a matter of passion. It's a matter of pride. And it's, you know, I know I say all the time that I'm the greatest, and I know I'm not. But I'll tell you one thing. I do a good job on that Redskins show, and it's an avant-garde show, and I'm not asking for anything that's over the top. I'm just asking for less than scale. And these bastards can't even pay that. And what hurts me the most, and any of you guys out there would feel the same way, if you had something you thought you were good at, you were well received at, and you felt passionate about, and you were willing to sacrifice your personal time to do, and then you went in and asked and just said, I don't even need a contract. Just tell me that you're going to make this right. And they still say, We can't do it.
It hurts, and it's principle.
It does.
And anybody of principle would react.
And that's the whole thing with our syndication, too.
That's principle.
So be on guard, KHTK, because right now you're paying me $12.50 a week.
Yeah, and, I think we have a pretty good idea of the profit that is made at a station like that on this show.
Same with Seattle, same with Baltimore, same with Reno, same with Las Vegas. We may not have the greatest list of stations in the world. We only have the stations where our half-ass network has put us. But the stations where they have put us, in the cities that they put us in, 85% of them were top 5 in the ratings. And those stations are all making money hand over fist. This station will pay us millions of dollars to work here. But every other station that wants to broadcast the show gets it virtually for free, and no one's upset. And we go to the company and we say, where's the accounting? We'd like to see the accounting. We'd like an audit, please. Yeah. And they say, I tell you what, Joel's coming into town on July 10th. We'll have a meeting on July 10th.
How many meetings have we had with Westwood One people over the years?
Dicks. So our thought is that the syndication could go away tomorrow. And what we'd like really is to do what we wanted to do from day one, which is just find the stations that really want the show.
Yeah, prove that you really want it. We're not talking about an amazing amount of money. We're talking about just money that would indicate that there's value to this show.
Right.
And you know what? There are plenty of stations in the country that make a huge profit margin.
Like in Sacramento, what do you pay your morning disc jockeys? $40,000 a year? Pay $20,000 a year for this show. We're not looking for outlandish money. Mm-hmm. Just looking for respectable money. Enough money where we can look ourselves in the mirror and say, we are not working for $12.50 a week for 40 radio stations.
Right.
Because that's what we are. That's what we're doing right now. And there won't be any scale to do the Redskins games?
It's a catch-22 with the syndication, too. You've got a bunch of people, I think, that there's this system in place that doesn't make money, really doesn't make money, and has been in place for so long, and the people that are responsible for developing it and furthering it along are probably some of the most complacent people in the world, and they get away with it. And we're going to shake it up a little bit. We're going to shake it up and try to change things a little bit so that things get distributed the way they should be distributed.
Because, really, I'd be very happy for the remainder of this contract to do the show on this station. And like I was telling Mike, I'd like us to be on in Baltimore. That makes sense regionally.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean City makes sense regionally. So does Philly.
What did you say?
And Richmond.
So does Philly?
Well, regionally, it makes sense in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Come on. Take him out of it for a second.
Okay.
Because I still think we can win that battle there.
I sure hope so.
But beyond that...
It's kind of crazy to do that. And it's really not fair to our own radio station.
No, because what we're doing is we're compromising any chance to be local on WJFK, the station that is paying us a king's ransom. Mm-hmm. We're trading that off for all of the radio stations that are paying us $12.50 a week each.
Right.
Actually, it's more than $12.50 because there's about 40 stations.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to be clearing what, about $400 a week?
I believe so.
We clear about $400 a week for doing a nationally syndicated show.
People say, "Hey, you're nationally syndicated." That's like saying you're working for any boss, and I think anybody can relate to this and say, "Listen, we're going to make you the regional vice president. Yeah. We're going to make you a vice president.
Sounds good.
And we're going to give you new business cards that say vice president. Ooh. Oh, your salary? No, that won't increase, but you'll have the title, and you'll be able to tell people that you're a vice president." Mm-hmm.
Well, it ends...
It's really the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It ends here. And anyway, there you go.
Wow, that was a lot of commercial-free radio.
Sorry.
When we bitch, I'll tell you something. When we bitch, that clock on the wall flies, doesn't it?
But it was some real quality bitching, though, because there was
mellow, serious bitching.
There was no name-calling, no agenda there. That was just, I'm telling you why, I'm not doing the Redskins.
Yeah, there might have been a little name-calling.
Dicks. Just because, they won't pay scale.
Right.
And we're totally being killed on our syndication deal.
Thank you for indulging us.
Thanks. And now, when we come back, we'll do something that's totally not like this.
Something where it's an opportunity to laugh.
Yes. Although, consider this, Mike, as we go to break. For the money we make each day for broadcasting to our syndicated stations...
Yes, Don.
You and I could feed a homeless child somewhere.
There you go.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What exactly are we looking at here?
What do you mean? What?
I mean, is it the
Is it the Frank or the Bean?
Right.
I don't know. It looks like I think it's a little bit of both.
Break them veins! Break them veins!
What's that bubble there?
What do you think? Well, how the hell did you get the beans above the Frank? I mean,
I don't know. It wasn't like it was a well thought out plan.
There really does seem to be an awful lot of skin coming through there, so I need to find some Bactine, honey.
The Don and Mike Show.
Is anyone listening?
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Here's me when I get my syndication check every month.
Hey, what happened?
Pretty Men, Don Geronimo and Michael Mara.
All right. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, I just wanted to say I agree with you guys. You're getting screwed on the syndication. It doesn't make sense. Somebody out there is making money on your show, and even though I don't want to lose you guys out here in Sacramento, I just think it's really a screwy deal that you make $12 and have to deal with the silly callers from Sacramento.
And listen, just let me tell you one more thing. It's very interesting. And we've said all this behind closed doors. You might as well just say it now. We used to get a bogus accounting that would say, for the network, incidentally, money brought in, money collected. Okay, we'd get all this. Now we don't even get that. Now we just get a check. A check that has a small amount of money.
Trust us.
That has a note on it that says syndication money. And my wife, who's the bookkeeper, God bless her, she's got Quicken, she figures it out. She says, okay, well, your take was, this part.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense.
No.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. No.
That on paper, for the year 2002, our show billed nationally, according to the figures that we've seen, and we don't see all the over $2 million. We received, I don't want to tell you how much. It's ridiculous how much we received. And that's why we're pissed. And nobody seems to care. It's like, you're syndicated. What do you care?
Right. Yeah, you're on in all these cities. Isn't that exciting?
No. You're nationally syndicated.
It's great. It's great to be syndicated, but it's,
Why do you think
we're feeding our families here.
Why do you think disc jockeys get syndicated? They get syndicated because you think if you got one station that'll pay me all this money, if I go to another station, they'll pay me money too.
Doesn't work that way.
I mean, not to make this all capitalistic, but that's really what the bottom line is. I mean, I'm not into giving the show away for free,
right.
Especially in a market like Seattle or Sacramento or Baltimore or even Wichita, which is like the 75th largest market. Hell, I don't care if it's market number 75. If we're number one in the ratings, they're getting a good rate relative to Wichita for a commercial on this show.
Because they're reaching a lot of people. That's the way it works.
So Mike and I end up splitting $25 a day for all the radio stations that we're on.
And the people that are listening.
Hooray. Right. And it's just not worth it. Business-wise, it's not worth it.
So we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted.
So what's the point of keeping the charade going of saying, we're nationally syndicated, $25 a week, excuse me. Yeah, what's the point of keeping the charade going and say, we're nationally syndicated, it's great. Hey, we want to make some money.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
And frankly, especially when you're talking about Sacramento, you guys in Sacramento, you listeners are fantastic.
The best.
You made, shut up, Rob, because I mean this. You made us number one in the ratings. And there's no bones about that. We're number one. We are number friggin' one. If Mike and I lived in Sacramento and did the show at KHTK, they'd have to pay us a king's ransom for those ratings they're getting. And right now, they're paying $100 a month. And they're not even paying it in money. They're paying it by running network commercials that Mike and I are being raped on.
Right.
That's why we feel the way we feel. And that's why when Alan tells me he can't afford to pay me even standard SAG-AFTRA scale to do a Redskins show, I just want to reach across the desk and squeeze him the way that Homer squeezed Bart. No, right around the neck.
Right.
So that's where we are. And now we're going to move on with the show.
Good.
Because it's all out there now.
Yeah.
It's all out there.
All the truth is out there. We'll let you know what's going on.
And no threat or anything. But if things don't change behind the scenes with Westwood One and the way our syndication is being handled, because we really don't want to piss off our listeners around the country.
No, and we're not doing that. We're doing this because we're dealing with it, and we
are the great.
Lay open the book, and we let you know what's happening, and we will keep you posted on that because we're not doing this. This is not a negotiating ploy because it really has no bearing on our situation. This doesn't work. Talking about this, if anything, telling you about it hurts our cause, when the fact of the matter is that we're just telling you the way it is because we think you should know what's going on. Because so many people approach us about syndication, and I get it wherever I go. Hey, you're syndicated, right? Hey, that's pretty good. How often have you heard that? Hey, sweet deal, you're syndicated.
You must be doing great. I got news for you. We're doing great from one station, from WJFK FM.
It's embarrassing to also tell people when I do, because I'm very honest about it, when I tell them about syndication. It's kind of embarrassing, because you would think in a normal syndicated media situation, where you go out to everywhere, you would do a little bit better.
And even if we're not a cash thing with the stations, and it was supposed to switch over to cash, and they never did it, even though it's in a contract, you would think even if it's a barter thing like Jim Rome has a show where stations don't pay, they pay by running commercials. Well, I'm sure Jim Rome gets his accurate cut of the money.
Who knows?
So he feels like, maybe he doesn't.
Maybe we're all being abused.
Maybe he's a schmuck. I heard somewhere they owe Liddy like $1 million.
Wow.
Like over the years,
there's
been so much debt.
Possible. Because Gordon wasn't on a lot of successful stations, but he was on a lot of stations, a lot more than we were. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that's where we're coming from.
All right, that's enough with the bitch session.
Eventually, if we end up giving time checks in like local weather and stuff, it's just because that's the only route that we have left.
Right.
So, on with the show.
Onward.
On Friday. We were not here Friday because it was my son's graduation.
Right.
And Robbie ran a segment where there was a guy who was going to jump off
the American Legion Bridge,
which is a bridge here in D.C. Now, see, right again, let me just explain to you. This is why we're frustrated. I have to explain constantly local references to pacify the national audience, which I don't mind doing.
Right.
I don't mind saying the American Legion Bridge is a highly populated bridge in Washington, D.C. that has 1 million cars drive over it every day. I'm sorry, am I trying your patience on?
I think we're running into the ground. I really do. I think we've made our point, and it's...
But if we weren't syndicated, we wouldn't have to say that.
That's right. I understand.
People wouldn't.
I understand.
But anyway, the American Legion Bridge, very populated bridge, lots of traffic. About 3 years ago, there was a guy up there that was going to jump. They ran this during the best of.
I remember this was this the day that you you encouraged him to do it?
Yeah.
Right.
I encouraged all the jumpers to jump, but this guy in particular. So Rob got a call from the traffic service saying, we're getting so many people who are calling about this. Would you please tell them that this is not a live show, this is a tape show, that there's really not a jumper on the American Legion Bridge.
Right.
And then when Lisa came into work, on her voicemail, she received this from one of our listeners.
Lisa, this is Mike, and I'm on my way home the long way. I was listening to the Best Of show. This is my first chance to listen to the show all week. Didn't realize that I might put out, and it was fantastic with the fact that somebody picked a best of show where there was a jumper on the bridge. That didn't come across my mind as something that had happened, and I thought that it was live. So I've rerouted, and now I'm stuck in a traffic jam going an alternate way. You guys got to pick it better than this. I mean, that... Oh, Lord. So, just curious, who's going to pay for my gas and my time now that I'm stuck in traffic because I didn't go the way that they said that it was backed up for 8 hours, et cetera, et cetera. So, it'd be nice to get a call back and talk about it. 301.
Wow.
Again, this is Mike, and I'm a long-time listener and hadn't had a chance to listen to them for actually a couple weeks now, and behold, I'm stuck with the Best of show when thinking I was live. So now I'm stuck on a back road trying to get home. So, thanks. Give me a call, please. Bye.
Okay, well, we don't have time to call you back, and my apologies, but...
I feel for the guy. Yeah. I do. I feel for the guy.
I do think that... I know we run those things saying if you haven't listened before, it's new to you, and
right.
I know on Friday Rob was making announcements that, we weren't here because Bart was graduating.
But if you happen to, have bad timing, you caught it at the wrong time. I'm sure it would sound like...
It's funny.
It's funny, but I do feel, having dealt with that traffic, oh, my God, I can relate.
I apologize. There's a lot of people were listening and didn't realize that it was a tape because what did they say when they called from the traffic place?
Oh, that they were swamped with calls about the jumper. Everyone was...
It's not like TV when you're watching Dennis Miller and they flash the phone number and they say this show has been previously recorded. Right. We can't do that on radio.
Mike, let's really totally get everything out of our system here. Let's cleanse our palates.
Good idea.
Joe, would you come in, please? Joe, I think there's no topic hotter than Hillary Rodham Clinton.
And no reader better.
And her brand new book, Living History, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Last night, I'm sitting at home, and Rob, you can tell me another time why you were sleeping at 8 o'clock at night. But I called Rob, and I said, got an idea. I want Joe to read passages out of the book. Rob was allegedly sleeping,
right,
last night at 8 p.m.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the truth, Rob, that Carrie had actually kicked you down the stairs?
Or was it that?
Or was it the morphine drip?
I don't care. Talk to anybody.
Rob's sleeping right now.
The cleaning lady said to me today, Moody was there, she said, oh, hi, Mr. Mike. She said, was Mr. Rob here this weekend? And I said, yeah, Mr. Rob was here.
She saw the bottles?
Yes.
The empties.
She saw the many bottles.
Too many.
And now, once again, providing us with some joy, here is...
Look how eager he is to grab the book.
Joe Ardinger, historian.
Joe.
Passage number 2. Why go buy the book when we're going to read you the best parts?
Yes, and you'll enjoy this because he does better reading than you would do at home.
Here is Joe Ardinger reading from Hillary Rodham Clinton's book.
I had to get a grip on my feelings and focus on what I needed to do for myself. Fulfilling my personal and public obligations drew on a reservoir of different emotions, requiring different thinking and different judgment. For over 20 years, Bill had been my husband, my best friend, my partner in all of life's trials and joys. He was a loving father to our daughter. Now, for reasons he will have to explain, he had violated my trust, hurt me deeply, and given his enemies something real to exploit after years of enduring their false charges, partisan investigations, and lawsuits.
See, you don't have to go buy the book. You're hearing the best parts right now.
Great.
And it's like a book on tape.
Very good.
My personal feelings and political beliefs were on a collision course. As his wife, I wanted to wring Bill's neck. But he was not only my husband, he was also my president. And I thought that, in spite of everything, Bill led America and the world in a way that I continued to support. No matter what he had done, I did not think any person deserved the abusive treatment he had received. His privacy, my privacy, Monica Lewinsky's privacy, and the privacy. And the privacy of our families had been invaded in a cruel and gratuitous manner. I believe what my husband did was morally wrong. So was lying to me and misleading the American people about it. I also knew his failing was not a betrayal of his country. Everything I had learned from the Watergate investigation convinced me that there were no grounds to impeach Bill. If men like Starr and his allies could ignore the Constitution and abuse power for ideological and malicious ends to topple a president, I feared for my country. Bill's presidency, the institutional presidency, and the integrity of the Constitution hung in the balance. I knew what I did and said in the next days and weeks would influence not just Bill's future and mine, but also America's. As for my marriage, it hung in the balance too, and I wasn't at all sure which way the scale would or should tip.
Joe Artinger, ladies and gentlemen, with a dramatic read.
Here you go.
And I'm not a good reader.
Hey, reading.
There he is, Joe Artinger. From time to time today, you're going to hear him with passages from living history, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Don, I feel like I'm there while she's writing it.
And trust me, we've picked out the best stuff. It's not like this book is loaded with, great stuff. Thank you, Joe.
It's like her. It's very measured and controlled.
And Mike, what a great way to end this, albeit brief segment. We have to catch up. Here now is the guy who called with the irate message about the jumping on the bridge. Here is Mike.
No, I'm not the guy that called. I'm the guy that's calling to tell you what a jackass that guy is, thinking that you're going to pay for his gas.
Oh, see, it said Mike, and I thought you were the same guy. No, you're a different guy.
Ah, yes.
Right.
Yes.
You guys should call him and give him some crap.
Well, I don't think he deserves crap.
He does.
We played the tape. We laughed at the tape.
That's enough.
Here's an apology for him. Ha ha!
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Not a lot of sympathy out in the great land of commuters.
Thank you.
Some crap.
Got to go listen to yourself on the radio.
I told him what for.
We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Here's a meeting at Westwood One.
In the casino, the cardinal rule is to keep them playing and keep them coming back. The longer they play, the more they lose. In the end, we get it all.
The Don and Mike Show.
Right.
Warning, may cause loose stools and fecal urgency. The Don and Mike Show.
No, they get it all.
They get it all.
Not us. They get it all.
That's right.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Howdy.
Brian from Towson. I was at that book signing for that Hillary Clinton, that hook-nosed skank, and I had one other thing I wanted to touch on real quick.
Yes.
Don has been going leasy and is complaining about his family and this and that, and basically what I'm trying to do is get away from family problems when I'm on my way home.
What does that have to do with Hillary Clinton?
I was going to add on to that. After I wondered what, I'm just trying to.
What are you, just a dick?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I'm lazy.
You're lazy?
I'm lazy.
What does that mean?
I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
Well, I don't know. What does lacy mean, though? Explain that.
It's kind of a little.
It's what?
Little on the crazy side.
Why do you say lacy?
Lazy.
Leasy?
Why are you? What does that mean?
Why does that mean crazy?
I give up.
No,
you guys have a good one.
We have a good one. Bye, a-hole.
Bye.
God.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. I mean, that started off with, I want to talk about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Well, he insulted her, and then he moved on to us, and it was just,
hello.
You dick.
Don and Mike.
Hey, Don and Mike, how you doing?
Howdy.
Hey, I'm calling about that loser who called in on Friday saying you guys should reimburse him for gas.
Yeah, a lot of people are affected by that guy, yes.
Well, no, but see, I called in because I thought there was a contest going on, and I want someone to pay for my phone call.
Absolutely. We'll send a check right out.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
You're lying.
Radio God.
Howdy.
I am lying.
Don.
Yeah, and Mike, hi.
Hi. I got something about 8KHTK. Not only are they not paying you anything, they're living off of your ratings. They go on about being America's #1 top-rated sports station, and they don't get it from Grant Napier. These mooks get it from you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, no, we appreciate it, but thanks. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
We seem to have stirred something up in Sacramento.
Hello.
I think you guys should send out a disclaimer that wasn't Hillary reading, but Joe. just so people don't get confused.
Demand their money back. That kind of that's a nice call. It kind of is the ongoing theme of people's confusion.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hey, Don and Mike, what's up?
Hi.
Hey, last week, your best of, you had, you coughed up some phlegm and said, get it out to the fans. Can I have that, please?
Didn't you give that to somebody when we were walking out of the building? Somebody actually came down.
I actually did give away that phlegm already.
Did you put it in somebody's hand?
In a piece of paper first, Mike.
Oh, that's right. It's paper, but he rubbed it on his hand.
Don and Mike, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
Good. I think Joe should read, every week. He was great.
Yeah. He was.
Well, just wait. There's plenty more excerpts from this book coming out.
Joe.
And again, we're trying to, doing this in the public interest so you don't waste your valuable money.
That's right. And you keep your children in school.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, I'm Retard.
Hi, I'm Don.
Hi, I'm Retard. Now, that guy just called me. He's like, hi, I'm Racy. Well, I'm Retard.
Uh-huh.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Unlike this call.
Yeah, right. You're a close second.
Thanks.
Okay. You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Hello, Don and Mike.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Don and Mike?
Yes.
I love you guys. You guys are great.
Thanks.
I just want to let you know that, can I tell you a lesbian joke?
Sure.
Okay, how do you define confusion?
How do you define confusion?
Yes.
How?
3 blind lesbians in a fish market.
Well, that's an old joke. We really shouldn't even relax the rules for a nice young lady like you.
Oh, come on now.
Anyway.
Well, I just want to tell you guys are wonderful. I love you. And I've been a long-time listener, and you're just the best. And you can go off any time because you've given everyone so many laughs. And you guys are human beings. Everyone gets asked.
Are you a feaster of the East?
Excuse me?
Are you a feaster of the East?
Yes, I am.
You are a card-carrying lesbian?
Oh, absolutely. I had one of those stickers on me Sunday.
We have a wonderful relationship with the lesbian community in this town.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we're going to have time today. We do
really?
Have Cheryl's entire... Well, listen, here's the thing. We spent so much time yelling about what dicks this company is generally comprised of.
I'm glad to get it out in the open, though.
That we
absolutely.
Now we've got a couple of the segments we want to get to, and we don't want to buzz out of the news time.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Notice that now. Well, no buzz, really.
No, thank you.
It was
we love buzz.
One valid complaint that people had an awful lot. That was, you're not getting to the news on time. You always run the show late. So now we make a point of getting to buzz on time, so the news segments are there.
Consistently.
And that means that, like today, some of the entertainment value on the show just went out to suffer.
Maybe he can gay it up or something.
Would you like him to gay up the news?
Well, listen,
absolutely.
I don't think we'll have time today, but just for you, let's hear a little bit, just another little tease of Cheryl the Big Dyke at the Gay Pride Parade.
Hey, John and Mike, we're going to do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel.
All right.
It's so festive. It's cleared up. It's not raining, and we're so happy and queer to be here. DC is so beautiful on Gay Pride Day.
Cheryl?
Hi, Dave. How do you feel about Gay Pride?
Gay Pride kicks ass. And I like sex, too. Like with women.
She's going after women.
You like sex with women. Does anyone here like sex with women?
Yeah!
Well, listen, that's just a tease.
There you go.
Of Cheryl at the Gay Pride Parade.
Using her power, it sounds like.
There you go. Were you
using her microphone?
Were you there, honey?
Absolutely, I was there.
Beautiful. Did you have gay sex?
All weekend.
And did the rain put a damper?
No, actually, I went to the Dyke March, went back to the house, lickety-split, and then went to the parade.
All right, thank you.
I love lesbians.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Hello, Don and Mike Show. If we don't get to it today, honest, real, not a DJ promise, but a real promise. We'll do it tomorrow.
You'll get to it tomorrow, lickety-split.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Good afternoon, boys. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
Great. I'm a sales rep, so I'm in and out of the car all the time, so sometimes I can't keep on the show as I'd like to.
Shoot.
I'm out here living in the middle of making a living. But our family has heard your shows for years. And in reference to your relationship with Bart, I think you've done an admirable job. I have the same type of relationship with my 17-year-old boy, where he knows when I'm a father, he knows when he can kid with me as a friend.
Okay.
And I think it's great that you've been able to have a relationship with Bart where he knows when you're dad.
It's just too bad that you and I can't have a relationship. Sorry. I know he was calling with a nice point, but it was like 2 hours ago. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don and Mike, how you doing?
See, Mike, that's why I'm so conflicted.
I know.
I say that I want nothing.
You want nothing but adulation, then when you get it, you're completely...
I hang up on it.
Well, some might call it not being able to take a compliment.
Is anyone listening?
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hey, Don and Mike, how you guys doing?
Okay.
Hey, I just got a question. You know, I think that deal that Sacramento's giving you, KHTK, is pretty lucrative. You can get a lot done in Sacramento with $12.50. I mean, you can stay at the Paul Bunyan for a week. You can get a oil change at the Jiffy Lube. And I know a girl that'll do a lot for $5.50.
I want you to know something. You're not helping your cause. Mike has actually gotten up and is doing his summertime edition of the Sacramento dance.
He can't take the adoration either.
God.
Mike, I hung up on him so that he's
always flinging
could
things.
do the anal verse.
I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've done that dance. I felt, Paul Bunyan.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Don and Mike are always right. I love them so. They never say anything wrong.
What are you doing?
The Joe bit was inspired.
Yeah, anything else?
You just wanted love calls earlier.
All right, thank you.
I love you.
There's one now.
See you later. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, I just want to comment on the Joe thing.
Yeah.
The Joe reading. Yeah, I can't stand Joe, and you should really give Buzz more time to read the news. Buzz is the best one on that show.
Oh, Lord.
Not
everybody.
going to work.
It's Opinion Day.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Yes.
Donaldo E. Miguel.
Don and Mike.
Hi.
Did you just duck out of the way of a T-Rex or something? What was that sound?
Hello?
Hello.
What was that sound?
I don't know. Maybe it was cars passing me.
Okay.
Gene's calling from Philadelphia. I heard on the radio today that June 12th they're going to have a Phillies game, and they're calling it Gay Day. So everybody who's gay and lesbian community, come out and enjoy some baseball.
It's Gay Day at the Phillies game?
Yes, Gay Day on June 12th.
That must mean that the entire staff from Sunny 98.
You mean up in Philly?
Yeah.
Where it's always sunny?
Yeah. That whole staff will probably be going to the game together.
We're here, we're queer, we're going to the game.
Hello, Don and Mike. Hola.
Don and Mike, how are you?
Hi, we're great.
Hey, Sacramento here.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, this may sound kind of harsh, but I don't care if you guys make 12 cents a week. Don't mess with the Sacramento syndication, please.
Yeah, listen. Excuse me, but it's our lives. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're a reason.
I will pay you.
He will pay you.
You're a reason that Mike does the dance.
He'll pay you.
Really?
I will pay you out of my own pocket.
Great. Thanks. How much?
How about $15 a week?
$15 a week.
That's a raise.
We make. Now look at this. You're making Mike do the dance again.
More than you're getting.
You're making Mike do the dance. I know that's $2.50 more than we're getting now.
Mm-hmm. Multiply that by 52 weeks.
Okay, goodbye. Guys, stop dancing. I hung up on him. Hello, Don and Mike.
Yeah, hey, Don, what's today? The loser show? You got the ratings from Clinton, the stuff on the gays down there in Orlando, and then all those idiots calling in.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Thank God for that call.
Hello.
Hey, Don.
Hello.
What's the deal with that?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, Don.
And Mike, hi.
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 I was wondering if what you say is really true about eating and cheating.
Oh, yes, my wife lets me eat as much as I want. Absolutely.
My sister Kathleen's having a problem with it. Could you just tell her to lick it?
Lick it, Kathleen.
Lick it. No. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Don.
Yeah, Mike.
That last call. What's the deal with that?
That's an intelligent woman. I'm having a discussion with my sister about if eating ain't cheating.
I tell her, lighten up.
Hello.
Go ahead. Let yourself be.
Don Mike. Hello.
Don and Mike. Don and Mike. Don and Mike and Don and Mike.
Okay.
You deserve a Emmy. A Emmy.
Emmy.
You deserve.
Okay. We're getting back to yesterday's show. Okay, Emmy. Thank you, everybody. Listen, here is something from yesterday that we're not going to postpone anymore. And that is the fact that Lisa and Charlie are getting married. Mm-hmm. My wife and Robbie's wife and Buzz's wife all went to the big...
I'm not a good reader.
Went to the big Herndon Broyhill bridal shower.
Shower, yes.
On Saturday, the spectacular. And there was a question and answer session.
Shower-tacular.
And the questions about Charlie. And when we come back from the break, we're going to hear, I believe that if you listen to the show for any amount of time, you know that while we're all very fond of Charlie, his people skills suck. And frankly, yesterday, one of the answers that we read, Charlie's favorite place to vacation is any place warm where he can be together with Lisa.
Right. Now, am I going to be taking the quiz again today?
It's made us want to vomit.
Because you know what? I like to think I know Charlie better than anybody on the show.
Yeah, it's the Broyhill Groomtacular.
Yeah.
And you'll hear it, and along with another one of the fantastic excerpts from the Hillary Rodham Clinton thing coming up. And promise tomorrow we're going to get to this in its entirety.
John and Mike, we're going to do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel.
Cheryl,
it's so festive. It's
the big
cleared
guy.
up. It's not raining, and we're so happy and queer to be here.
Cheryl, the big guy.
DC is so beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Gay Pride Day.
Right.
Hi, Dave. How do you feel about Gay Pride?
Gay pride kicks ass, and I like sex too. Like with women. Yeah.
You like sex with women. Does anyone here like sex with women?
Yeah.
And then they all climbed on top of Cheryl like spiders with their young.
That is just the tip of the CLI Taurus.
And more Hillary areas?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What is a wedding? Well, Webster's Dictionary describes a wedding as the process of removing weeds from one's garden.
The Don and Mike Show.
What a sicko this guy is. You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
I think your idea is entirely ridiculous.
The kings of the best people ever. Don and Mike.
This is all the stuff we have coming up here on the show. We'll continue with Joe's excerpts from the Hillary Rodham Clinton book. Thursday we'll be outside. You're welcome to come join us here at Don and Mike World Broadcast Headquarters for the Mr. 40 Barbecue Birthday Bash. Bling, bling. Talked about it for a long time. Never done it. Happening. Also joining us very soon, our favorite wrestler, great guy, good friend of the show, Mick Foley Mankind. All right. We'll be giving away $1,000 cash this week for Father's Day. What my dad doesn't know won't hurt him. Tomorrow's Craig Wilson Day. Will it be real or fake? Or will it be a chance for Craig Wilson Mad Libs? We've still got to do our Baltimore break for the HBO show The Wire.
Without making fun of Baltimore with the Baltimore accent.
We've got the Cheryl, the Dyke Gay Pride tape.
Good night, Madonna.
And she's a lady who works here.
Yes.
And also the Bob Hope 100th birthday celebration. All of these things on my to-do list, not to mention Joe's answer to the article about the art of call screening.
Yes, more Joe, and, I think that you've clamored for it, and that's why we're giving it to you.
Speaking of, Joe, before we get to Lisa and Charlie stuff, because it's just the timeliest thing.
It is.
This goddamn book that's already sold 1 million copies in its first day. Time now for another excerpt, Living History by Hillary Rodham Clinton. Historian and noted literary giant Joe Ardinger with another passage from the book. Why go buy it when we're reading the best parts live on the radio? Now, Joe Ardinger.
Like a rampant virus, the flower story hopped between species of media. From The Star, a supermarket tabloid, to Nightline, a respected network news show. Despite our efforts to keep going, the wall-to-wall press coverage made it impossible for the campaign to focus attention on substantive issues. And the New Hampshire primary was just weeks away. Something had to be done. Our friend Harry Thomason, along with Mickey Cantor, James Carville, Paul Begla, and George Stephanopoulos. Paul what? Begala.
Thank you.
And George Stephanopoulos consulted with Bill and me about what we could do. They recommended that we appear on the Sunday night television show 60 Minutes right after the Super Bowl, and we would be seen by the largest possible audience. I took a lot of convincing that such exposure was worth the risk, loss of privacy, and potential impact on our families, especially on Chelsea. Finally, I was persuaded that if we didn't deal with the situation publicly, Bill's campaign would be over before a single vote was cast. The 60 Minutes interview took place on January 26th in a suite at a Boston hotel starting at 11 a.m.
At a Boston hotel.
No. Substantive.
The room had been transformed into a set with banks of temporary light on poles surrounding the couch where Bill and I were sitting. Partway through the interview, a heavy pole loaded with lights fell toward me. Bill saw it falling and pulled me forward.
Just let him go, Mike.
Okay.
Bill saw it falling and pulled me out of the way just as the tower crashed where I'd been sitting. Ooh. I was shaken up, and Bill held me tight, whispering over and over, "I've got you. Don't worry. You're okay. I love you." The interviewer, Steve Croft, started with a series of questions about our relationship and the state of our marriage. He asked whether Bill had committed adultery and whether we had been separated or had contemplated divorce. We declined to answer such personal questions about our private lives, but Bill acknowledged that he had caused pain in our marriage and said that he would leave it to the voters to decide whether that disqualified him from the presidency.
Very nice, Joe.
Here you go.
Joe's not just a name, it's an idea.
That's right.
Here you go. I'm going to put this one away for today and say we'll come back tomorrow. I mean, we did how many of those today, Robbie? 3? Yeah, we'll do 3 more tomorrow.
Very nice, Joe.
4 excerpts from the Hillary Rodham Clinton book, Living History. Why buy it?
Yeah.
When you're hearing the best parts right here on the Don and Mike Show.
And, of course, the high point of that segment, the light fell toward me.
Holy mackerel.
Toward.
You know, he's not trying.
Toward.
He's not trying to make us laugh, which is what makes it so good.
He's reading the best he can.
He is so Joe. So this weekend, there was a bridal shower.
Yes.
Now, where is the Connie honey? For goodness sakes. She's got zippy to do. Really? I mean,
Hello? No one is available to take your call.
Oh, I bet I know where she is.
Who recorded that at your house?
Me?
Hello. Good job.
You're not the only guy who can do funny voices.
I'm actually Don.
Now, that's the one that we decided on because it drives me nuts to hear, "Hi, this is Frida, and this is Don. We're not here. Leave a message at the tone." I mean, who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Hi, CP.
Listen, the shower you were at on Saturday, we're finally getting to this now with Lisa and Charlie. Along girl lines, was it, and of course you're not going to say it was bad. I know you had a good time. How lovey-dovey was it? Was it more over-the-top syrupy than most of them are?
No, it was just the perfect amount of syrup. It was sweet and romantic and delusional, as all brides are. And what really made it entertaining was because I was thinking about Charlie the whole time. I couldn't put it together with him. I mean, it was a wonderful shower, very girly, where you had to, there was a contest. You didn't know why, but you had to take a hunk of toilet paper when the roll came around. And then after everybody took their hunk, then you were supposed to create something out of it that you'd see at a wedding. So there were the little girly games that are always at showers, and they're fun.
Now that I think about it, if anybody really knows Charlie associated with the show, I would think that your wife would know Charlie based on those lengthy conversations for years that Charlie used to have.
As I recall, he also used to burn up the telephone lines with the ex for you.
Well, he used to joke with me about that.
No, but don't you remember that when he would call,
yes,
you and I would both be dumbfounded. We'd get calls from him, and it would be one-syllable grunts.
Right, clicks and
I know
groans.
Both you and I would say he would, and I know I heard this, you say this from Laura, too.
Yeah.
He'd come home and he'd say, Charlie called. Oh, I had a wonderful conversation with him.
Nice chat with Charlie.
No, I know. Charlie would give me glimpses of his charm that he would use on women, but I was like a hot potato. You get me off the phone as fast as possible, move on to you.
But Saturday night, we're out having dinner, celebrating my wife's birthday. She starts telling me about this trivia contest, and I swear to God,
oh, you make it sound like a radio contest. It wasn't a trivia contest.
Well, no,
like,
it was a
calling to win.
a bridal shower game to see how much Lisa knew about Charlie.
Right.
So all of these questions are about Charlie. And you were surprised by some of the answers, weren't you, honey?
I had no idea how romantic and sentimental and
Now, don't give a lot away here because Mike's going to be taking the quiz.
Okay.
I'm excited about this.
All right,
I'm about as excited about this as about anything as we do on this show.
I love you.
All right, goodbye.
And, I'm going to try really hard. You'll do fine.
And listen, sidebar, good news. You just hung up.
She'll listen to your answer on the air.
I don't think she was listening. Never mind. What the hell? Yeah, you're right. I'll be at home all fall. Here you go. You ready, Mike?
Yes, I am.
Remember now, Charlie has answered these questions, and I will tell you which ones Lisa got right and which ones she got wrong. And Rob, looking at this, which would indicate right and wrong, an X or a check?
A check would have to be right. X would be wrong.
Okay.
I'm ready.
If Charlie won the lottery, what would he first spend the money on?
A house.
Okay, now that is what Lisa said.
Was she right? Damn it.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
The sensitive Charles Broyhill's answer was he would pay off all of Lisa's debts.
Ah, that's nice.
Right, Robbie?
Oh, my
you know what?
God.
Remember those sound effects we were looking for yesterday?
My God.
Get the CD out.
Wow.
This is like a pussy whipped beyond pussy whipped.
Well, that's the way it's going to be, is it?
Now, here's what everybody on the show is going to get real easy. At least you got this one right as well. Mike, if Charlie spent the whole day shopping, what is the one thing
CDs
he wouldn't come home without? Right. CDs. Correct. Mike.
Hi.
If Lisa made a romantic dinner, what would Charlie most like on the menu?
Oats. No.
Come on now.
I'm sorry. If Lisa made a romantic dinner, what is the one thing Charlie would like on the chicken?
Lisa said chicken as well.
Hey, Lisa and I are matching up.
Charlie said a filet.
Filet mignon.
Yeah.
All right.
I got that.
Okay, well, Buzz, you're not playing, Buzz.
A filet.
I'm playing at home.
I mean, no offense,
I
Buzz.
understand.
You're holding up the answers, but this game is for Mike.
I understand.
Because
Buzz.
I'm playing for me.
Because you know what? You might have been hit by your wife who was there.
Okay.
So so we're focusing on Mike here.
And I don't have one. Okay?
Fair enough.
No,
all right.
And that's not what I meant.
I know. I'm enjoying this.
Mike?
Yes.
Which reality show is Lisa most likely to watch?
Oh, man, it's a dating show. Blind Date.
Negative. Survivor.
Survivor, okay. All right. I didn't know that.
Mike?
Yes.
Where was the first place Charlie and Lisa went on vacation together?
The producer's room.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. No, the first place they went on vacation together?
Yeah.
Orlando, Disney World.
The beach. Okay. She got that one right as well.
All right.
Now, you both have the afternoon off, Charlie and Lisa. What would Charlie most like to do?
The afternoon off?
Yep.
Play flag football.
Lisa guessed ride his bike. Charlie's answer,
spend it with Lisa?
Anything, as long as they were spending time together.
Wow.
Wow. This is not the man that we have come to know.
I'm amazed. She is not suit him. She's got him.
If stranded on a deserted island, what CD would Charlie most want with him?
Marillion.
Oh. No. Buzz, you want to guess?
No, I don't know.
This is typical Broyhill. Any CD by Dream Theater.
All right, that's the latest, techno.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, we're going to break.
Can I have one more before the break? Or you?
Yeah, because there's so many.
Okay.
Okay, here's what
I'd love to get one more right. I think the only one I got right was the one everybody got right.
What is Charlie's biggest pet peeve about Lisa? Now, here, there's so many to choose from.
Biggest pet peeve about Lisa.
Yep. Gotta hurry, we're up on a break.
She just doesn't know when to shut up. Sorry.
No. She said...
I think that door's going to open with a finger on it.
She said it was that she gets upset easy.
Not the Lisa I know.
Charlie's biggest pet peeve about Lisa...
She hit me with the bird in the hallway.
Charlie's biggest pet peeve about Lisa is that she won't stop sucking her teeth.
Oh, God. I didn't know about that.
Okay, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Oh, this is fun.
We'll be back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
You were saying?
I was saying how incredible this time of year is because it's important to remember dads and grads. And what better way to do that than the important people in your life, remembering them with a singular phone, a new phone and a calling plan from Singular Wireless.
Yeah, listen, this special offer we're going to talk about expires June 15th, so call Singular Wireless at 1-866-SINGULAR. Go to their website, singular.com. Mike, what is this offer?
This offer is fantastic. Right now, purchase one color screen Nokia 3560 phone for $29.95 and get a second one for free after a $50 instant rebate when you sign up for a 2-year service agreement. Get one for your dad and another for your grad. It's that easy.
What do you want to buy your dad erotic PJs?
That's the other sponsor that we do live commercials for.
Call Singular Wireless at 1-866-SINGULAR.
Certain restrictions apply. See any Singular store for details.
Hey.
How about that?
Pretty good, huh?
WKFK.
You're welcome.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Investigate what? They're calling you a bigamist. They found out you weren't divorced from your second wife when you married Myra here.
You mean we ain't married?
I never was married to my second wife in the first place. I already told you I didn't mean to get a divorce. The government is trying to deport you. We're washed up here, kids. We're getting out. Well, what if I don't want to go? Well, why would you want to stay? I promised Myra I'd buy her a wedding ring.
What do I need a ring for? We ain't even married.
The Don and Mike Show.
Don. Mike. Don and Mike Show.
Right. All right, so Broyhill and Lisa are getting married. Buzzy, is it 3 weeks?
Yeah.
From
3 weeks
Saturday?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Save the date. We all got the card. And these are questions that Charlie answered.
Right.
And it was like a match game thing. See if Lisa could match them at the wedding shower. And here we go. Mike.
I'm ready.
Keep in mind, the Broyhill that we know is not a sensitive guy, not a guy who's given a lot of thought to his life, much past, what he's going to be eating with his hands that night. How many children does Charlie want?
3.
No. At least he got this one correct. He wants 2.
2. Okay.
What is Charlie's ideal night?
Playing with his own.
Come on.
I will say his ideal night is riding his bicycle, then going to a flag football game, and then spending it with Lisa.
No, just pick one.
Spending it with Lisa.
You're close. Lisa guessed watching TV.
Watching TV with Lisa.
No. Charlie's ideal night, having sex with Lisa. No offense, Lisa.
Of course not.
This is not about having sex with you.
Anybody that's seen Lisa knows that.
It's just about how pussy with Charlie is.
Charlie, saccharine, God.
Mike?
Yes?
What is Charlie's favorite color?
Man. God, he's worn so many horrible colors over the... I'm going to say orange.
Lisa got it right. It's blue.
Blue.
Mike?
Yes, Don.
What is Charlie's favorite food?
Chicken. God, I want to get one right.
Steak. Filet only.
I never see him eat beef here.
Charles refuses to eat any meat that has a bone on it.
Right.
He will not eat a steak that has a bone, a ribeye, a T-bone. He will not eat ribs. He will not eat chicken.
He will not eat
on the
pizza.
bone.
He will not eat kale. He will not. All right.
Mike, if Lisa could change one thing about Charlie, what would it be?
His shyness.
Well, now that's close to what she said. She said his emotions.
Yeah, not right, though.
No. Charlie said, I don't think there's anything that I know of
that she'd change.
I wouldn't want her to change anything.
Oh, this is back to her.
Well, now hold on. The question says if Lisa could change one thing about Charlie, what would it be?
So he said that he's not aware that she'd want anything changed in him.
Yes.
Which is the... That's the answer.
Here's one you're going to like.
All right.
What is Charlie's favorite book?
The phone book?
Oh, come on.
His favorite book?
Charlie's favorite book.
Charlotte's Web.
His answer? I don't read.
Was it really?
Yep.
Was it really? I don't read.
Who is Charlie's best friend?
I'm exhausting everybody. I'd have to say me.
His best friend, of course,
is Lisa.
Lisa.
It's right there.
What is Charlie's favorite activity?
Bike riding. Now I'm cheating. No, I'm going to say flag football.
Lisa also said riding his bike.
What did Charlie say? Spending time with Lisa?
Hold on. It's a multifold answer.
Multifold.
Charlie's favorite activity is sex with Lisa and riding his bike, but he also likes it when Lisa and he go running together.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, Charlie, come on! Come on! Now, here's one about Lisa. God! What is Lisa Herndon's all-time favorite movie? That was a very hard question.
Mm-hmm. Man, this is a tough question. Her all-time favorite movie.
Out of everything, what's her all-time favorite movie? Speaks volumes, I think. You ask somebody, they put some thought to it.
Yeah.
Kind of tells you what they're all about.
Triple X.
Come on.
All-time favorite movie, I'll say The Godfather. No, I know she wouldn't like The Godfather. Man, this is such a something action-adventure, probably. Is it? I mean, can you help me with this a little bit?
Nope.
Action-adventure?
Nope, just need an answer.
Jesus, I'm... I mean,
if you want to see a genre, action-adventure, is that your answer?
Yeah, I'm an action-adventure movie. What is it? Oh, God.
Legally Blonde.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Wow.
It's a classic.
I know.
Hey, I'm sorry, Lisa.
Oh, you are one sick slut.
Oh, God. Who said that? Wow. Legally Blonde?
Uh-huh.
With Reese Witherspoon?
Uh-huh.
Duh.
What is Lisa's favorite food?
Man, now, I had a lot of meals, and you had a lot of meals, and Rob did up in New York with Lisa. I'm going to say she likes steak.
I'll give that to you. Beef. Beef.
Yeah.
I would have guessed DNA. What is Lisa's least favorite food?
Oh, I know this. Seafood.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry. That's right, yes. Mm-hmm. What is Charlie's least favorite food?
I'll say seafood, too. I think they share that. They're not really into seafood.
Kind of. Shrimp. She said mushrooms. No. Here's Charles' answer. Sushi. I have never tried it, and I will never try it.
Right, raw fish. That's kind of. I'm kind of right on both of them.
And finally,
this is the last one.
Well, let me see if I got any other ones. I think I've gone through just about. No, hold on. There's a few more. What is Lisa's favorite place to shop?
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Target.
Hey, way to go, Lisa. It's a good answer. Better than that Legally Blonde answer.
What is Lisa's favorite place to vacation?
The beach.
Any place there together.
Those glad to hear.
What was Lisa's date that the two of you went? Well, what was Lisa's date that the two of you went on? Oh, what was Lisa's favorite date that the two of you went on? Her favorite date that she's been on with Charlie. This would be hard for us to know.
The first movie they went together.
No, it was. She said sometime when she ate good food. Maybe after she watched Legally Blonde.
Memorable night.
Charlie says he had no idea, but he will say a work trip or our trip to New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And finally, what is Lisa's favorite activity?
Doing Charlie. Having sex with Charlie.
Hey, I got one.
Good one.
Sex. Or sleep, according to Charlie.
Well, that much like, that falls into the Charlie's Great Ape House.
Either
sex or sleep or beef.
Sex or sleep.
Then we watch Legally Blonde. Here we go.
That would be.
So that's it?
That's.
Aren't they a cute couple?
I left out the other ones, like the stuff we wouldn't know. Lisa's childhood dog.
Spike.
Lisa's favorite band.
Marillion.
No, it's 311. I think I got all the interesting stuff in. I will tell you one other thing that I found. Actually, her favorite movie, it was actually a tie. And I'll tell you something about the tie that I learned. It's either Legally Blonde.
Okay, what is it?
Or Charlie's Angels.
Because of Charlie?
No, I think because of the movie.
You think? Really? Think about those other answers. I think it's really because of
As a matter of fact, I heard that the movie opens the weekend that they're getting married, and on the morning, these two crazy kids, on the morning of their wedding, they're going to go to the 10:30 showing.
That's bad luck.
What, to go to a movie?
Yeah, that's bad luck.
Not allowed to see the bride.
Hey, there's no way you can see the bride the before the wedding on the day.
Right. What she told
You can't do that.
No, it was going to be it opened Friday, so the day before we were going to get married, but I was going to go by myself.
Oh, okay. But if it's the day before, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right.
Boy, speaking of pussy whipped, boy, have you got him whipped.
Boy, you lassoed him, girlfriend.
Are you kidding? Yeah, I did good, didn't I?
Favorite place to be, anywhere she is.
And both of your favorite activities is having sex with each other.
That's right. What do you think we're doing right now?
Oh, dear.
I've never seen you suck on your teeth, though.
Yeah, it's a habit that my mom has when I always feel like I have food in my teeth.
And really, all of these answers, they're, of course, very subjective. They're your feelings, but would you just give us a little background on that Legally Blonde thing?
What the hell's going on with that?
Well, I like just silly, fun, not heavy, movies.
No, that's not heavy.
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
And Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde comes out this summer.
Oh, I'm
definitely going to see that. But I think that's in July.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
All right, thank you, honey.
I can get back to you.
Like, oh my God.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
I understand the sequel is much heavier than the original.
Yeah. A lot more blood.
There you go. Learn a little bit about Charlie. Learned a little bit about Lisa.
Oh, you are one sick slut.
It's not funny. Stop that.
Anyway, Frida was telling me the stuff at dinner on Saturday. I'm just busting a gut.
Pretty amazing.
You know, favorite place to be, anywhere she's at. Like, oh, God. Right. Jesus, I mean, come on. Wow.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden, one man found a way to bring good news to his people.
Here he is.
Me. He made it up.
Hey, I caught you.
Yeah.
You're looking at the clock.
Yeah.
See, look, who came through for you, okay?
Giving you a nod there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You got the news in the comments.
Yeah.
People are yelling about our BS agreements here. Buzz, what is your lead story on the news and comments today?
Today, let Leno work his ass to death. Letterman's taking some time off.
Yeah, all right.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, good.
No, I like to work. I like to work. What's the deal with Charlie and Lisa?
Great Letterman last night, incidentally. Great Letterman. We'll talk about it during the news.
They must really, really be in love.
Hey, Jay, what's your all-time favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I think, basically, that I work so much I don't have time to go see.
But if you had to pick one of your favorite movies,
if I had to pick my favorite movie, right after Legally Blonde, I think I would go with Disorderlies.
Stay tuned for news and comments.
News and comments are coming
on the
up.
Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike Show. That was very
professional.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What's the word from Planet Crackpot?
The Don and Mike Show.
Show Mike and Don the It Like I Feel Because Just Backwards One this read. I'll think I hate.
Tomorrow, a ton of times today, to go with the mantra of the show. But tomorrow, more excerpts. Living history, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Yay. Joe Ardinger. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, be reading these for you on tomorrow's episode.
Make sure you don't let him take that book home and practice.
Oh, no, here you go, Rob. Like it would help, Mike. Time for Buzz's News, brought to you by Veramax. Sexual pleasure performance enhancer.
Someone called for a doctor?
Doctor-developed, clinically tested Veramax works. Get it at Rite Aid, GNC, and other select retailers. Try it today. Veramax 1-888. Try VMAX now. With plenty of time in the show, here is Buzz. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. We don't know how much time David Letterman will take away from his late show this summer, but it'll be more than usual and a lot more than his workaholic competitor, Jay Leno. On his show recently, Letterman said, quote, "I've worked since I was 11 years old, and I just feel like it's summer now. I'd like to take a day off." Letterman told bandleader Paul Schaefer he has TAS, or tired ass syndrome. So Friday's show last week was guest hosted by Tom Arnold. The odd thing is Letterman rarely works on Fridays anyway. He usually tapes the Thursday and Friday shows back-to-back on Thursday, so he wouldn't be working fewer days, just fewer hours. And there's apparently no rhyme or reason to this. He plans to take some Fridays, as it were, off and others not.
Maybe he's just going nuts. He had a great show on Monday night. TiVo'd it yesterday, and it was Letterman cut his finger over the weekend, and actually on camera, the whole first segment was him getting 3 stitches put in this gigantic cut in his finger.
But that's what I like. You'd never see Leno do that.
On camera. And they had that announcer guy, Alan Calder, dressed up as a woman again.
It's quality television.
It's the best. And I find it hard to believe that Jay Leno beats him in the ratings because Jay Leno is just, it's bright colors.
Yeah, and everybody that watches Leno that likes good comedy says the same thing.
There's so much of Letterman that makes me laugh out loud.
Right.
I know, and I don't get it. When Letterman's not on, or like when Tom Arnold was on Friday night, oh, Christ. And if ever there was a reason not to have a guest host, and I get asked that sometimes, like when we're not here, how come you guys don't have someone else come in and do the show?
Right.
Well, you want an answer? Watch Friday night's Letterman.
With Tom Arnold?
With Tom Arnold.
Yeah.
I mean, Not that it's rocket science.
Tom Arnold, the great survivor.
But it's pretty. No. It'd be pretty hard for someone to come in and do what we do, just like it was hard for someone to come in and do what Letterman does.
Right. You know, if civilization ended tomorrow, it wouldn't be just the cockroaches. They always talk about the cockroaches. You'd also have Tom Arnold walking around.
He'd be their king.
We'd all be incinerated, but Tom Arnold would be king of the cockroaches.
Better off playing a tape than having a guest host on Letterman. And the other thing that was very odd is that his blood is green.
Really?
Oh, wow. When they cut his finger open, his blood is green.
I always thought he was an alien.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Another reality show contestant has at least one black mark on his record. This time, it's the Bachelor star of NBC's new dating game show For Love or Money.
Oh, we're sorry.
According to the Smoking Gun website, turns out 33-year-old lawyer Rob Campos was kicked out of the Navy for groping the breasts of a female officer.
This little girl had knockers.
He was drunk at the time.
So what?
And now that it's 2 episodes deep into the 6-episode series, NBC is standing by its man. So he'll continue to choose one woman out of 15. That woman will then choose between him and $1 million.
$1 million, Mr. Powers.
Smart Money says she'll take the money, especially after hearing about Rob's past.
He groped the breasts of an officer when he was in the Navy.
Rob. That's his name, right? Rob?
That's his name, Rob. Yeah, Rob.
It's not me.
Rob Spivak.
Yeah.
I enjoyed reading in the Post today. Katie Couric, who rapidly is becoming a horse face. Listen, I have to say it. She used to be the adorable Pixie on Channel 4.
Yes.
But I don't know what's going on with her. She's got a stick up her butt because she acquiesced and lowered her journalistic standards as if she has any. She's also the Today Show, for God's sakes. She had this guy on the show. The guy For Love or Money, and she apparently, according to the Washington Post, is outraged that they twisted her arm into doing this interview, and like as a PR thing for the network, and now she's saying, oh my God, how could this be? People will not trust me anymore. People, I'm beloved Katie Couric.
You live in that ivory tower long enough, and you start to believe it.
I remember when she was just the adorable little pixie.
Yes.
And we would actually call her up on our morning zoo show and say, Katie, what kind of underpants are you wearing?
It was wonderful. And, they all, I think they get to that level and they take themselves too seriously.
Could you imagine today's Katie Couric?
Never.
She would never say the word undies or panties or underpants on television.
Right.
Or in a radio interview.
Matt Lauer would.
Yeah. Ann Curry would.
No, Ann Curry would not, Rob. She most definitely would not.
Ann Curry goes commando.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ann Curry's got big male genitals.
Ann Curry dresses to the left.
The victim of this For Love or Money contestant describes him as a meathead. As the stable boy...
she really didn't care. That's a quote that says she didn't really care.
Yeah,
She didn't care. Grabbed her breast.
She says he was the victim.
This little girl had knockers.
There you go, Ensign.
You watch Katie Couric now, and she wants... the perception that I get is that she wants to be respected as a journalist. She wants to make a lot of money. Now, we can blame her for that. We all want to make a lot of money. But she wants credibility. She wants this title of being almost like Oprah, like almost, trusted and beloved. But the thing is, we knew her before.
Yeah.
And she could have all of that if she was still true to who she really is.
Which is kind of a fun-loving, and I think they just get caught up, and they're fed this, you're influencing America crap.
To watch her now on the Today Show, on the occasions when I watch... And thank God for MP3, because, I'm back, I'm exercising now. I'm running 3 miles a day, and I finally figured out the reason I'm able to run is because I listen to music, like everybody, because you watch TV, and you walk. You don't run. You walk. You're watching the Today Show, and it's like, Christ, when is this segment on breast cancer going to end?
Right.
When is this segment on growing older going to end? So you put on the music and you run.
I think I know that you exercise after 8:30, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
No, actually.
I know my Today Show schedule. Breast cancer and the aging.
Yeah. Right about 8:30 to 9 is my time.
Forever young.
And my point with Katie Couric is, on occasion, if they have a guest like Chris Rock, and Chris Rock says something that even by morning show standards, is a little over the top, but nothing really objectionable.
Right.
Katie Couric is the first to say, hey, we're doing a family show here. Hey, now, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. This is the same girl, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Mike and I would call her up. She was the feature reporter on Channel 4. We'd call her up in the morning and go, hey, what kind of underpants you wearing today, baby?
That's right.
And she'd always go, oh, stop it, you guys, stop it. Come on, Katie, what kind of... Okay, if I tell you where you hang up, yes, they're pink.
And then we'd cackle with glee and she'd go away.
They would.
Katie, come back to our level.
Could you picture that Katie Couric now?
Absolutely. No
and the last time I saw her was on September 10th, the day before.
I remember.
September 11th, on the train to New York. And I'll say on her behalf that when I finally went up to her and said, hi, I'm sure you don't remember me, she did.
Yeah.
She was pleasant,
right,
but not the same.
Yeah.
How are you?
Do you remember really?
Sit down.
He said, you probably don't remember me, but we used to be friends.
That's what I said. We used to be friends.
That's a killer approach right there.
Yeah.
Because, I got to remember that. That is how you approached her. I remember you telling that story. And that is a great way to approach somebody like that.
Because you remember one time we were doing a live show, a morning show, celebrating our 5th anniversary.
Yeah, how foolish that looks like now. Doesn't that look stupid now we look back on it?
It was during the blizzard. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say it was a real blizzard. Yeah. There was 1.5 feet of snow in half a day. We were at this theater in downtown.
Bethesda Cinema and Draft House.
You see, nobody showed up except Katie Couric.
Wow. Yep. She came out by as a celebrity guest. We lined up a whole bunch of people to show up. Everybody got screwed.
She's the only one that came.
And we gave her a comb. She came, and also the guy, the big fat guy with the toilet tissue in his butt.
400-pound guy. You remember that guy?
400-pound guy with Don and Mike on his butt to moon us. And we looked at his crack, and he had tissue there so to avoid, like, the chafing.
Wow.
I remember that.
Special occasion.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah. It was classy. It was
shocking.
We complained about how cheap this place is. That place for our 5th anniversary, they gave us combs.
Combs to give away.
Combs like see this, the plastic comb that I have right here, Buzz.
Okay, but it's all relative. Try to get combs here.
This one right here.
Just try.
They said, well, they cost like 76 cents each.
Right.
We can buy you 5,000 of these that say Happy 5th Anniversary, Don and Mike.
Yeah, we give away combs, plastic combs.
When, if ever, has WJFK, though, given you a song?
1 year for anniversary. For our anniversary, the general manager
had a song commission.
Actually had some jingle writer write us a song.
It was the worst thing.
It was the biggest piece of crap. God, Rob, you got a better memory for this than we do.
Oh, but that's a classic. We still have it somewhere.
Yeah. He was a balloon head. Like they all are.
Oh, come on. I'd trade this guy in for him in a second. Maybe.
He had his moments.
He did.
Good and bad.
As the stable boy for the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, it's my duty to inform you we're halfway there. Since time began, there have been people claiming that the end was near. But an honored British astronomer now puts the odds of a world-ending disaster at 50-50. Martin Rees says that's up from 20% 100 years ago.
Oh, come on.
And this news makes Buzz very happy.
Buzz has glee when he reads the story like,
oh, heavens, where'd you get that idea? The most likely cause of death for the planet, he says, nuclear terrorism, deadly engineered viruses, rogue machines, I like that one, and genetic engineering that changes the character of mankind.
What about infinity broadcasting?
I think that's a rogue machine. He says these man-made things now outrank supervolcanoes and asteroids as threats to our very existence.
Wow, supervolcanoes.
And then there's Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee, yes.
Spike Lee, standing behind the lawsuit that he's filed against Viacom. The movie maker is upset that Viacom, which also owns Showtime, CBS, and UPN, plans to turn the TNN network into a channel for men called Spike TV.
They should depose me. I thought, Spike Jones. There's a director who uses the same name.
Right, right. Well, Spike Lee says that because the channel will feature shows like Pam Anderson's Stripperella cartoon, it'll hurt his reputation.
Quoting him, I don't want to be associated with some crap.
Hey, listen, Dick, you know what your reputation is? You're the guy who sits on the sidelines at Knick games and yells at Reggie Miller.
Right.
There you go. You're the guy who did the Lawrence Blackman commercials with Michael Jordan.
Right.
That's your reputation.
And the other thing you should know about this is Spike's real name is Shelton Jackson Lee, and some of his paychecks come from Viacom.
Shelton! Shelton!
It was up. I told you. I told you, moms. Call me Spike.
Shelton? Hello, Shelton.
Shelton. Now,
Shelton.
Now, if they call it the Shelton Network, then he's got a case.
Yeah, right.
You're watching Shelton.
Not that anyone really cares, but Jerry Lewis is not a fan of the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, F Jerry Lewis.
Quoting Jer, the Dixie Chicks are embarrassed he's from Texas? You don't say that about a sitting president. Jerry admits the First Amendment protects free speech, but quoting him again, it should have an appendage. Try to do it with class.
Hold on, Jerry.
I knew it could be good, and it was great for Jerry because you got to understand, I'm not schizophrenic. But when I write, I'm writing for him. And I know him better than anybody.
He's talking about himself. Listen to that again. That's third person.
I knew it could be good, and it was great for Jerry because you got to understand, I'm not schizophrenic. But when I write, I'm writing for him. And I know him better than anybody.
Would it be safe to say that there is nobody that is even in his ballpark as far as ego?
Nobody.
I really, of all the people we've had, and we've had tapes from, I think really Jerry might be the all-time. Larry King might be a close second.
No. Larry King dwarfs him. I mean,
really? You think Larry King's got a bigger ego?
Yeah.
No, I disagree. Well, he might, but he hides it. Jerry is the only person that anytime he's on TV, we can count on 5 or 6 good tapes.
But here's the thing. Jerry Lewis, and I hate him as much as you guys do.
But I love him.
Oh, no, I love to hate him. I mean, I think he's great. People like Jerry Lewis are great.
Here's the thing. Back in the day with Dean Martin, and even without Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, as much as we like to goof on him, actually achieved a modicum of success in the showbiz world.
Right.
Larry King has achieved nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Interesting, yeah.
Which is why, if you're going to say who's more out of control, even though we got all the tapes about Jerry talking about himself.
We are going to have to agree to disagree. I think that it is a technical knockout. Jerry Lewis. And you know what? This ought to be a quest. Because Larry gets interviewed all the time on different shows.
Right.
And save the interviews for because Larry talks about himself a lot.
All I'm saying is, if you look at the body of work, Jerry Lewis actually has done some stuff.
Yeah, but then you're grading on a curve.
Yeah. You're grading on accomplishment. You're grading on accomplishment.
You can't put him in the same camp. You can't, because Jerry, and I hate to be, why do you guys make me do this? I hate to defend Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis, nobody talks about themselves more than Jerry.
Okay, I'm going to say something I'm going to hate myself for.
You ready to isolate this?
Jerry Lewis had talent.
Bob's marking the tape.
Larry King never had, never will. That's what makes it. You ass. Are you going to play it back already?
No, get real too.
All right. Jerry Lewis had talent. Holy, shut up. We got a break. We'll debate this.
You learn something on this show every day.
I do want to tell you, the aging comedian says he does not enjoy jokes about any president. Quoting Jerry one last time, I'm old-fashioned. You don't make fun of the Queen of England, and you don't make jokes about the President of the United States.
Oh, dumbass.
Listen, he's still a dick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back.
We'll be back.
Is the Don and Mike Show.
Gosh, I hate to interrupt. It's all been so incredibly fascinating and entertaining and instructive. Really, the time has just flown by.
The Don and Mike Show.
Hey, what happened?
They are the blood and the pus in the comedy zit. Don and Mike.
And listen here on WJFK FM. Stand by for our buddies Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
And anytime that... that we go off talking about how we're being gypped like in our network deal. Just say a prayer for Ron and Fez.
Yeah. Working their asses off.
I don't know how they got roped into this deal. But they work every day. They got, for those of you around the country who don't know, Ron and Fez do a show, a real good show, that's on from 7 to 11 at night. And the jerk-offs here at the station somehow finagled them into doing an extra hour, which is no big deal. If you thought, well, they do 7 to midnight. No, the extra hour is at 11 in the morning. So I'm doing the math in my head thinking, now I used to, years ago, do the night show. Let's say I'm Ron and Fez, and I work 7 to 11. You get off at 11, you get home by midnight. You wind down for a couple hours. You don't go to sleep till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. If you got 8 hours of sleep, you'd wake up at 11 o'clock. But 11 o'clock is when you have to be to work.
So give yourself another 2 hours in the morning.
To do a 1 hour show.
Wow.
And it's only 1 hour.
In the ideal situation, they're going to maybe get 7 hours of sleep. That's if they drive home as fast as they can, go right to sleep, and then come to work without a shower.
It makes no sense. I feel bad for those guys. That it's ridiculous. Friggin' ridiculous to have two disc jockeys that are already working a 4-hour night shift, working a 1 hour daytime shift. And a 1 hour shift? A 1 hour shift? God, this is the most effed up radio station in the world.
Come on, get it together.
In the world. And anyway, that's all. That's
Good
nuts.
point.
That's nuts. Guys, I hope you got something out of it. I hope they got something out of it.
Yeah, I do too. I really do.
I hope they just didn't get the old handshake deal, the old do this and we'll take care of you later.
Right.
That they're kind of famous for around here. Anyway, that's my beef. That's my beef. And I got a pool going, and no offense to Ron and Fez, because I love them, but I give them 2 months until they just lose it.
They crack.
Just give them 2 months until one day they just come in here and just say, shove it.
They're being company guys right now.
Just say, shove it. And yes, Ron and Fez, I got news for you. Me and Mike have been company guys for 13 years. It doesn't work. It does not work to be company guys. It doesn't work. That's all. That's all. Come in and work at 11.
You don't mind, do you, pal?
Yeah. Come work at 11. You know what that works for? That deal works for the company.
Yeah.
It works for the company. You know what you do that's right for Ron and Fez? You just put them on the midday show.
Yeah.
You just put them on you get rid of the fake news man, O'Reilly. Or if you don't want to do that, you just leave Ron and Fez on at night. And as I said the other day, you put the Out to Lunch show from Baltimore on in the middle of the day.
Or that.
And you know what you do with O'Reilly? You run him overnight.
Just run him over.
Right. And while you're at it, please do something about that 2 to 3 hour where you just run reruns of our show. God, this is just
kind of takes away from the freshness of 3 o'clock, doesn't it?
It does.
Mess of a radio station in the whole friggin' world. Frankly, I don't know. Ron and Fez are better people than I am. I'd come in tonight ready to kill somebody. If I had just done it, I mean, all I did was our show today. I'm ready to kill somebody. If I had to come in this morning at 5 a.m.
You're not really ready to kill somebody.
And do a 1 hour show? No, I mean, it could be, though. But if I had to come and do a 5 a.m. show for 1 hour,
right,
then go home for a couple hours.
It's screwing up your...
And somebody in the hallway was just telling me that they had to go out to lunch with a couple of the corporate... in between.
God. That's how they get you.
God bless them. So it's like they worked last night till 11. Then they get up this morning to be here at 11. Then after they're done with the show, they got to go out to lunch.
This is after getting dicked around up in New York like they got.
With the a-hole.
And they're good guys, too. And I hope that, you know what?
Listen to
man, that makes me mad.
Give them some ratings.
Yeah.
Give them some clout so they can say, we don't want to work at 11 o'clock.
They're funny guys. They're naturally funny guys.
Exactly.
And because of that, they're penalized.
Yes.
They're penalized because of that.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Funny guys are penalized.
Welcome to infinity. Buzz, I'm sorry, we got to wrap it up. It's all right. So that Ron and Fez can get on here and
do their 5th, 6th, and 7th and 8th hours.
The countdown to tomorrow's 11 a.m. show.
Finally, they can't exactly charge the guy with indecent exposure because, after all, he is wearing pants and a T-shirt. But they are charging him with criminal sexual conduct. Police say 34-year-old Michael Scott Long of St. Paul, Minnesota, has been visiting places where you'd find a lot of women, hair salons, tanning spas, and the like. In one complaint, he reportedly rubbed his groin against a woman. In all the complaints, he was fondling himself through his clothing. Yes, technically he was dressed. It's just that light gray spandex pants with no underwear just don't hide that much. Gee. I'm Buzz Burbank. On the Don and Mike Show.
Dead sexy. I'm sorry. Oops.
You let it go.
Don't know how that slipped out. That's it. We got to go. Hey, we have the luxury of 20 hours off before our next show.
Yes, very nice.
So we will see you then. Good day to you, sir.
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 Man, if I could, I'd take a giant BM all over this place. I really would.
You know
how you doing,
I would
Rusty?
join you.
Jerry Lewis was talented.
BM.
Eat her out.
So we meet again. This is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.